What is going on YouTube? Or like our friend Splasher was like YouTuber nights. So we got episode 20, end of the year show with myself and Boston Chris. I'm gonna talk some 2024 goals. I got actually 6 books to show that made my top books that I purchased last year. So I'll show those off as well. I think Chris might have a few books as well to show. We might talk a little open stuff about other things as well as an open table discussion today. So if you're friends of the channel and you want to join just to chat it up, let me know. Either I'll drop the link or send you the link. But yeah, that's it, man. So hopefully everybody enjoys it. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. And I'll talk about my giveaway later because we only got like 3 days left. I think 2 days left. 29. Yeah, we got like 3 days left. Yeah. So, Chris, what's going on, man? How's it been? The Christmas break is almost over.
Yeah. Back to work on Tuesday.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, no, it's been good, being able to relax and not deal with the office for a little bit, which is nice. I have, just been gathering, I guess, my books that I kind of want to get. And yeah, my list is hefty. It always is. But, it's just one of those things where I'm just kind of, just looking at different ways and just trying to figure out, what it's going to be like. Because for me, next year is going to be, I think, a little different as far as collecting is concerned. Like, I'm not sure how I'm going to approach it, especially like with conventions. Like I definitely would be going to conventions. I would be going to shows. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do a little differently is instead of getting things signed to get graded, I may cut back on that a little bit just because of the fact that, where
it's not cost effective. You can say it.
Where I have to go through facilitators rather than going through CGC, it's very expensive. So, and the alternative is to go through CBCS, which, I have no problem with that, but I just kind of thinking that, maybe this year, instead of just going that route, maybe just go to convention and look for maybe get some art or, get a book or two signed or whatever, or just going ahead and seeing what I can find stands. Cause honestly, like I haven't really done too much of that. I haven't really done too much going to the vendors and trying to see what I can get. I like here and there, I'm like, all right, let me pick this up or that. But mostly it's just been autographs and, sending stuff out and then, maybe a sketch or two if I can. So might change it up a little bit. So,
yeah, I think I'll probably change it up, but I know for my convention, which is next week, I'll be doing mainly autographs. I'll say I mainly do autographs, but it just depends on the pricing and like Chris was talking about. But a shout out, a couple of Desired Comics is in the house, Las Cruces, Ben Compton, and Cali Comics. If any Cali, if you want to join, if you're free, let me know. I'll send you the link. But yeah, I'm kind of like you. I think when I go to Dallas, I'll probably cut back on my signing, getting stuff signed. I'm saying that, but I do have a stack of stuff with Clayton Crane. But that's the only reason it might be still different for Dallas because CGC was there last year.
Yeah.
And if they're again, that saves a lot of money.
Exactly. Like if you go to a convention and CGC is there, that's fine. It's just in the convention where they're not there, it's really kind of, I think, something that, CGC has enough different controversies that they're dealing with. So it's not anything that like I'm, like I have no trust in that. Like I'm fine with all that. Like I understand, this incident, the most recent incident that popped up is terrible, as bad. And it makes CGC look really bad. But, when it comes to, just sending in books and everything, I feel like it's getting a lot harder to do if you want to get stuff signed and then do it just because of having to go through facilitators because they're not as many shows. So, and I think really with the facilitators, it's more of like the Wild West. Like they just charge what they feel like charging you. Doesn't really, they may have something.
Yeah, they have no like governing body, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
The only governing body they have with of what CGC is approval to be witness facilitators. That's the only thing they. Besides that, the CGC doesn't care how much they charge. Blah blah blah.
And that part of things, I think that CGC needs to step in and do something about, just because it's really a situation where it's gonna end up. I think. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think I know for me, like I'm not gonna be doing that as often, or maybe even at all. I might just look for the signature events, and then just be like, all right, but like these are the artists I want to get stuff signed by, and just go ahead and send stuff in. And some people are like, well, even that's expensive. Yes, but it's not as expensive as a facilitator. It's just not, and I know it's not.
Yeah, well, and then like you saying, you can, if you went the CBCS route, and if CGC did with like verified, then it'd be different. But if you had went the CBCS route, you can get all your stuff signed.
Yeah, and then just bring it.
Well, if CBCS and you told me before, CBCS actually has added some of those events when.
They're at all. Yeah.
So you can actually do it, and it's still cheaper. Or you could be like, all right, well, let me get these signed, and then next paycheck I'll send CBCS like 3 books, and then do it verified.
Exactly.
You can work your paycheck around it instead of be going to like one of those facilitators and be like, hey, I want to get these 10 books signed. All right, that's $650. And you're like, what the?
Yeah.
Like, what? And I'm not joking about that's how much it would be for 10 books. It's probably $650 or more. And the more being that if you're getting celebrities.
That part of things was crazy.
And that's not the price of paying the person who's signing it too. We didn't even add that price.
Yeah, no,
add that pricing, you're talking about 2 or 3 times the $650. So and I want to support these businesses. I have to say I do want to support these businesses, but it's you got to make decisions, and I'm going to find out in a week basically, because I have my own CGC account, and last year I was able to use my own CGC account, and they charged me $10 for comic artists. I forgot it was $20 or $25 for celebrities because I had my own CGC account. I can afford that, especially when you add in the $100 you're going to be paying this celebrity, or the $20 to $30 you're going to play this comic artist. Because you add all that stuff up, I'll be in the range what they're going to charge normally anyway. But I'll find out this weekend, because I might get like 10 or more books signed, or I might just get 3 books signed.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And the 10 or more books, meaning like it might be 15, but if they're charging me the absorbent amount, I can't afford it. I really can't. Even if I sell, like I did a sale on IG, even if I sell all of those stuff I was selling, I'd still be like, might just have enough, which is saying a lot, because I think I had like over $2,000 worth of stuff to sell. It might have been $3,000 or $4,000, but But yeah, that's still kind of like, because I spoke to Yahweh about it, the convention. Yahweh says this, look, because he wants to get a lot of stuff signed. But Yahweh said this. He was like, yeah, I need about $2,000 for the con. And then he sent me a text right after, scratched at 3. I was like, God. My wife goes, what is he getting signed? I was like, he's getting like not a lot. He's getting probably a normal amount. I think if you were doing this, like 20, he's probably getting 20 things signed. And that's not absorbative, because I've seen people bring things, or short boxes, or even long boxes, and he's not getting an absorbent amount of stuff signed, but he's already calculating I need this much for the convention, and that's not for food and hotel, because we got the luckily the Saints are doing terrible this year, so we got the hotels. Even if we didn't get a discount, we had the hotels were selling for like, I think I told Dustin, like $100 and something a night. That's cheap for a downtown hotel right across the street from the convention. That's cheap. So it's going to be the signings and the witnessing. So we just got to figure it out. And I wish we Callie, I did the math. Like, yeah, it's actually not 10 items. If you get it signed, it's like $650 or more. And that's, I think, if you get it signed by a celebrity, I think it's 65. How much was it for you for Christina Ricci?
I don't even know. All I know is they told me it was a stupid number, and I was like, "This is," and I was just like, "All right," and like it made me angry, like literally made me mad.
Yeah, Chris was pissed. That's all I can say. Talking to him, like, he was so mad. And I think he didn't even get everything signed that you wanted to get signed because you had to cut some stuff out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like I took one or two things off, but I was just like it was just stupid. It was just like one of those things where
2K is actually might be under the price, Callie, because we're not even factoring how much you have to pay those artists or celebrities. Yeah, we're not even factoring that price in, because I can tell you Charlie Cox I looked that up. He's $100. And I have 3 books I want to get him to sign. 300, that's gone. Vincent D'Onofrio, I think it's 80. That's
and you're
math
paying,
on that. So I'm paying almost $600 to them.
Yeah.
Just for 3 books.
Yep.
That's not including the witnessing part. So if they're at he goes, I would just calculate. Yeah. I would even calculate in this the SIGs. I wouldn't even calculate that. I was actually calculating the cost of the witnessing.
Yeah. So that's why.
So you're looking at, if it's $650, you're talking about another $600. You're talking about $1,200. I'll probably, if I can't use my own account, $1,200 for 3 books. That's why I said we'll find out if it's going to be 3 books or more than 10.
I forget how much. Let me see. For what I paid for the 4 books I had done,
you paid a lot. I don't remember.
and the signatures and all that jazz. I forget. What does Clayton Crane charge like per minute for like that sketch thing?
Oh, he's like $100 a minute.
Okay, I could have got probably
a minimum of 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah. Oh no, I easily could have got a 5-minute sketch. Plus, I'd be like, you know what? Give me an 8-minute sketch with no problem. And that's what they came to me after. I was just like, but I already spent money before that, so I was furious. I was like, yeah, I could have got an 8-minute Clayton Crane sketch. Isn't that fun?
I've seen his sketches like that are like 10 minutes. It'd have been a good sketch. You could have got a good sketch for 8 minutes. You'd have got a good sketch. But like you said, it's insane.
Yeah, just to get just I mean,
and he took off 2 books. He took off 2 books.
But that's the thing. It's like that's just for, you know, for because and that's why I was like, oh, $650 for like 10 books. I'm like, yeah, no, not what I did. Trust me, it was 4 books, and they weren't like 4 special books. And it wasn't like there were 4 magical books. It wasn't like I sat there and, like, you know, resurrected Jack Kirby and said, hey, can you sign this Fantastic Four #1 real quick? Like, no, these are just regular old books that, you know, they're nicer books. They're not the greatest books on earth, but I'll tell you right now, like, you know, to get them signed and graded was way too much money.
Well, look, that's how much Bleeker, that's how much he charges for like sketches. So yeah, but for his signature, he's actually relatively affordable. I think he's
not bad for a signature.
I think he's $20 for a signature, and if you get in the grade, it's $40, and that's just for his full, you know, the Clayton Crane, one color.
And I think for a Ramaki,
that's actually not bad. Yeah, that's actually not bad for a signing. But yeah, his sketches like if you get a sketch by Clayton Crane, you got money.
Yeah, sketches.
I'm dropping a link, Bleeker and Callie, if you guys want to join.
So sketches, he'll charge you more though. But the thing is, though, you know, it's what I would encourage everybody to do if you are into getting art done and stuff like that. There's a couple of Facebook groups that they listed in there. There's one, I think it's called the Sketch and Autograph group, and they're actually really good in that group because they keep up with the autograph prices for as many people as they can, and then people will show their sketch work and stuff like that. The only thing that's kind of tough is that there's a lot of people that will come through and be like, oh, like this is the friend price, and then they try to sit there. Normally it's this much, but I got it for a friend price. So you'll see a lot of that type of stuff. But usually though, you know, people will go ahead and tell you straight what they paid for it. So it's like, oh, I paid $400 for this, or I paid $150 for this. So it's just like it's really, really good. I would encourage anyone to go in there and take a look. just because it's great. It's a great resource to have prior to a convention to know, or to at least have an idea what people are going to be charging, and then to kind of budget that out. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
I probably should look at that because like what's his name? Platt's gonna be there, and Otley, which and Jay Lee, which I don't know how much they charge. I'm gonna find out. Like, but all like that stuff all depends on how much they're gonna charge me for the signings. Like, I'm not gonna be able to get any sketches if they're charging me absorbent prices to get stuff witnessed. So we're gonna find out. I'm knocking on wood, so hopefully that they still keep the same price that they did me last time. But Callie, he said, Platt, you got to get one. I'm gonna try my best. Oddly, I would love to get one, but I heard he's like going crazy because Invincible got expensive. I mean, Invincible went crazy, so he's expensive now. But I would love to get Platt. I would like to get like a little Bloody Moon Knight, little head sketch. He ain't even got me. I don't even need a whole bust of them. Just a head.
Yeah.
And if he's around $100, I'm definitely getting it done. But we'll find out. But to answer Callie's question, I'll tell you my side. Maybe Chris can tell you his side. So, if CGC is there, like when we went to I went to Dallas, CGC's there. You know, the convention signings way better. You save a lot more money. And even for a couple of artists who they weren't witnessing for, I still was cheaper because I got stuff signed by Inhook Lee and Art Germ. Especially Art Germ is like a perfect example. I got that witnessed by Agent of Slabs, I believe. They were doing the witnessing for him. And I believe he was only like $30. $30 for if it was getting graded. That was it. He's charging $85, I think, with CGC. So certain things, I would say 90% of the time, at the show is going to be cheaper than convention, probably higher than 90%. But like for that case, definitely. That's why I'm holding some books for Art Germ and Clayton Crane if he goes to Dallas. So I'm gonna have some books for those people that go back to Dallas. In Huckley, I'll probably find a couple as well. Maybe like now a person like Ryan, what's his name? Liefeld. Like Liefeld actually is cheaper for the in-house signing than a convention. Because I think he charges now like $150 to sign like Deadpool or Cable stuff. And they wouldn't let him charge that much at CGC. It was like, I think it was 100 or less. It might have been less than 100. So in his case, it's cheaper to send it to the in-house signing. For his case, or for a person that you have never met, or you go to conventions but you don't go to 1,000 conventions, so you might never meet them. Like I got something signed by J. Scott Campbell. J. Scott Campbell, if I'm not mistaken, really stays on the West Coast. If I'm not mistaken,
he's come out here. He came out here.
He's come to the East Coast too.
One time.
I haven't heard anything about him going to the South, like even MegaCon. I don't know. I could be wrong, but all in all, the conventions I've gone to, I've never seen. So I did the in-house signing. It was like $80, $85. I don't know how much he charges for at the convention, but I was okay with that. I sent one book. So yeah. So that's how if this person I don't think I'll ever meet, or maybe meet never. I'll do the in-house signings. But
someone asked if J. Scott Campbell comes to the East Coast. Of course he does.
Well, I don't go to the East Coast, so it doesn't even matter.
No, this is Jesus. How long was it? This was 2018. He came out.
That was before
COVID. Yeah, I met him. I met him once.
You guys live? What's up, Chef? Yeah, we live. Well, we were supposed to do this show yesterday, but I was actually just coming from. I had a procedure done. Nothing major, but I still was under. Like, went to sleep, and anytime they put IV in you, it's a procedure, surgery. They put me to sleep or something. So, but I feel like 1,000 times better. Yesterday I was kind of groggy and kind of like very tired. But yeah, I was supposed to do it yesterday, but didn't want to. Actually, was actually supposed to do it Wednesday, but I was prepping for the surgery, so I couldn't eat anything. Giving me medicine and to use the bathroom, make sure my stomach was empty. So yeah, that definitely wasn't going to happen Wednesday. But yeah, that's how we ended up doing today. And Chris is off for the break, and I'm off actually as well until Tuesday. So I said, hey, let's just do an afternoon show before it gets hectic because I know in like 2 hours we're gonna have like maybe not 2 hours, but like 2.5 hours. You're gonna have Sands, I think, auction in about 2.5 hours, and we have the hunt later on this evening. So it's a lot going on after 7. So I didn't want to do nothing later. So perfect timing if people are just chilling at at the job site. If you have to work, you can actually put the headphones on and just listen to us ramble because we're not showing anything yet. So it's actually perfect.
See, I beat the Terrificon crowd. Everyone is outside.
He was, what's so funny about Jim Lee? They said he normally goes to Dallas and he didn't go last year.
Yeah,
he didn't go last year. So
he's going to Terrificon this year. He was the first out to say announced, and people are like, oh, I'm like, shit. I'm glad I already got something signed by him just because.
Yeah, I'll tell you like this. I hope a lot of the same artists go to Dallas next year, but I hope like Jim Lee. I hope a few others go. Because like I said, I want to get some more stuff done by Art Germ. I definitely, like I said, I have a stack of stuff with Clayton Crane, and actually a couple of things people want to buy from me. And I was like, I kind of like it right now, but I want to get it signed and slab, so maybe. but I got that. I'm gonna try to find more books for what's his name, Silvestri if he comes back. So yeah.
Yep.
Happy holidays to you, and hopefully you have a happy new year. I haven't eaten my cake yet. I put it in the fridge, Chef Harris. So I'm actually excited to eat it eventually, but kind of like just put it in the fridge, and I'll probably bring it to my parents' house Sunday for the Saints game, even though the Saints are probably not going to make the playoffs.
The hunt's going to be around
it's tonight,
11:30 tonight.
Yeah, 11:30 Eastern, about 10:30 Central. Should be a lot of fun. They got a lot of big matches. A lot of we got a returning guest. He's supposed to be there. I don't know who he's battling. It'd actually be cool if he battles another returning guest. We'll have to see who he's battling. But we have a returning guest, and so yeah, it's the New Year's Bash. The New Year's Bash. So there you go. But yeah, that's the kind of ideas with the convention. I literally had the first one of the year in New Orleans. A lot of other conventions actually got closer to mine, so it's not as beneficial. Like I used to tell people, "Oh, come to New Orleans for the first convention of the year," because like the next convention was like 2 months down. Like next big convention is like 2 months down the line. Or it was like MegaCon, but MegaCon is actually the first weekend of February. Like they've moved up a lot, so it's kind of like people, if you're going, you're not gonna go to New Orleans and MegaCon if you don't. Actually you could, because like I said, hotels are super cheap here. It's actually very cheap to fly into New Orleans and to go to certain cities. So it's a really affordable convention. Great food spot if you love food and if you want to drink. So it's like you got a lot of pluses for it. I always try to get people to come down because I think we could have a lot of fun with people just hanging out, listening to music, drinking, going to the convention, basically just hanging out. But I would love to go to MegaCon, but MegaCon does not fall on a great weekend. I wish it would fall on maybe like the which for us in New Orleans or Louisiana is Mardi Gras weekend. If it fell on that, I would definitely go because I'm off for work and my daughter's off and my wife's off, so we could actually, all right, let's go to Orlando for a couple of days. Go to Orlando. I can go to the convention for like 2 days, and then I can hang out with them for a few days while we go to Disney or something. So, but yeah, MegaCon, I don't think I'm ever going to work out because I have a family, to say it like that. But as I get older, maybe, as I get older. So, Knock on wood, we're around till I'm like 50 and my daughter's out the house, and yeah, you might see me a lot more at these other conventions.
Mm.
But because it'd just be me and a wife, and it'd be easy to be like, "Hey, wife, let's go to blah 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 for like a week," and and the weekend will be the convention and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's just
My
my
only
thoughts.
my only travel convention that's gonna happen, or that I've gone to with first is the one in New Jersey, King Con, and then Terrificon, which I don't really full out consider to be a travel convention, just because it kind of is, but it's not that far. It's only in Connecticut, but that's kind of what you described, where it's a lot of people, from the comic community all together, just kind of just going around and having some fun, hanging out and everything. So that's
Yeah,
a really fun show.
yeah. I think I hate to wait that long to go to something, but you never know. Things could change in a year. I don't have
Yeah,
any plans for next year, but and then the year after actually is probably not going to be as well because me and the wife have plans to go to some trips overseas. So I know I won't be going to like a Terrific Con or even the Heroes or stuff like that, or even MegaCon until probably 2026. That'll be the earliest I'll be going to those kind of farther conventions. Um, because we like to travel, and meaning like we like to go to other countries and see things you only see on postcards or computer.
yeah.
So and I kind of treated my daughter to like it's her birthday week or weekend or whatever you want to call it. We always take her, ask her where she wants to go. We give her a couple of choices and let her pick, and that's where we go. So that's how we're going to California this next year. So
Yeah.
um,
To
to
answer,
answer you, Chef, I'll let Chris answer if he wants to go deeper. My response is no response because enough people, and when I say enough people, I'm talking about a capital E. Enough people actually have a responded, done videos, have the CGC, like
yeah,
the pictures and get you to watch it, the clickbaits and stuff. My only response is this: CGC's trying to get ahead of the thing because they're looking at um, a lawsuit. They're looking at I forgot what it's called.
class action lawsuit.
They're looking at a class action lawsuit, so they're trying to get ahead of it. But I talked to a lawyer friend, and he said most likely it still will happen. So that is my thoughts on their
Oh yeah.
response
Oh, they're gonna.
because you will have a class action lawsuit on board. They're trying to do the stuff they're talking about, and I think they're gonna have to offer up like I think they got to pay people if you're a victim of one of those books that when they release the stuff and you have the book. Not only should you pay them and take the book back, but I think you should have some extra compensation. That's the only way you're going to stop the class action lawsuit. That's the only way. You're not going to just because you just giving me my money back for a book I have. That's not going to cut it for America. I'm just being honest. How Americans think and how we are the United Sue of America. We love to sue. You're gonna have to put icing on that cake, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, Chef. So that's my response on that. I don't have anything else to say about it. Enough people have done 1,000 videos and talked about things.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'm not one of the victims and I have to worry about dealing with that, finding how much I paid for something. Hopefully, I paid for it on eBay or Sharkbox, which 9 times I didn't. And I'm just hoping I don't have to deal with it because it's going to be a pain in the you know what. And I'll probably be the one to have to join the class action because I don't. A lot of stuff I buy is from Elite Comics 11, or I buy from other Instagram sellers. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best video that I saw with it talking about the response that CGC had was Swaggle House's video actually.
And I haven't watched his response yet.
Yeah, like his wasn't bad. Like he was just kind of going over it and saying, what it like. He actually did a good job of really outlining what it is that CGC really covers as far as what it is, and basically all they cover is that that more than one person has looked at this thing, and that and they're guaranteeing that basically it was looked over and inspected pretty much like that. And I forget what else he said. He said it was basically, but just guaranteeing that. They don't even guarantee the grade that you get. So nothing in anything that they said ever even hints back at you getting compensated for anything. They're just pretty much like, I'm going to say that we guarantee that this has been looked at by more than one person as far as, to give a grade for it. And, that's pretty much, and then I forget what the other part was, but it was like, it's basically just that. And then whatever grade you get is the grade you get. They're not guaranteeing the grade. They're just saying, this was it looked at and this is it. And then the fact that also too, that, I mean, as far as the response and everything like that, like so his video is good to watch that one. I saw somebody, I forget who did the video. I know on Instagram, Josh's Comics was the one that got me to look at it. But he was like saying about how he went to, like this dude did a video showing how easy it is for this thing to kind of happen. And I was just like, kind of, taken back by just how I was Immaculate Comics. That's what it was. Immaculate Comics kind of goes in and he shows you like how easy it is to kind of open and like getting the label out. He wasn't able to do that as easily, but he was able to kind of, slip one book in for another one very, very easily. So, I mean, that's definitely a concern. I think that, for CGC's end of things, I feel like it took him a little bit of a while to kind of actually even say anything. The response that they're putting out there, the response that they have isn't, I would say it's not a bad response. It's probably the best that they can do considering everything. But the truth of the matter is, like, the scale of it all is pretty big. And what I'll say is this: I know whoever the person is that did it, this kind of reminds me of what happened with Napster. Or like, when people were like downloading and everything like that, or it was just like, they would just go ahead and the few people that they actually caught doing it. So let's say that there's been multiple people that have done it. Okay. But this one person who they have proof of that they're going to go after, they're going to absolutely crucify this person because because they're able to. And the person has it coming. So it's not like I'm saying like, oh, they're going after this poor guy. No, this guy has it coming. He should not have done what he did. Other people who have done it and gotten away with it, they're going to make an example of this person to make sure that no one tries to do this again. So whatever ends up being the outcome of it, whether they go to jail, whether they have, just ridiculous amount of fines to pay, whatever it is, it's going to be bad for that person. But the thing that you have to also think into this is that with everything they're going to do, so that, they're going to look into supposedly making a better case. They're going to, give people money back who, have been affected by this. Whether I don't know if I would consider CGC necessarily a victim in this case, depending on how this is going. Because, like, on the one hand, it sounds like basically they're sending these books in. They're not really fully looking at them. They're just reholdering them, and that's it. So it's like, all right, this was a 4.0. I slipped it into this case, and then here it is. So on the one hand, I mean, are they being duped? Yes, I guess you could say that. But I mean, but if they took a little bit more time to really go over the book and do what they say they're gonna do, then they would be able to say, like, all right, how this book got an 8.0 is beyond me. We can't just slap an 8.0 label on this. This doesn't make any sense. So I think that just to have a reholder, if you're just gonna go status quo and just be all right, flip it through, that part of things, I don't regard CGC as a victim of that. I think that they should have a little bit more into that process. But the thing that is going to happen with all this is that even if they don't get sued, for everything that they're doing, getting the end of the investigation and outside people that come in can't go into this, don't be surprised when this does kind of come back to us, because it's going to. Because CGC isn't paying this out of their own pocket full out. They're going to pay what they can for a while, but you wait and see. Prices will go up again because they're going to need to get their money back somehow. So that's what's going to happen out of all this. So if there is a lawsuit, it's only going to help to increase the prices. So it might not happen all at once, but there's definitely going to be a price increase or a couple of price increases to, go along with stabilizing what they're going to lose from all this. So just one thing to keep in mind. I think that really it's more of a situation of where they've skated by on their reputation.
I see
And they
somebody
know.
just chilling. We got somebody chilling in the background. I'm sorry for not even looking. I'm looking at other stuff. I got an email, and I'm trying to get. So I apologize to the good Reverend. Please forgive me for my sins, because I was chatting with New Orleans Fan Expo, and they finally approved young brother Sarap, who that I should say, for his press pass, but I had to add old Yahweh to the list. So trying to get that situated. So I apologize, Reverend. I will say 10 Jim Lees and 5 J. Scott Campbell's when I'm done. But none other than the man, the myth, the legend, the one who is I'm gonna call him the king of America's top. Okay? He's the king. He's the king of Canada, my boy. Leaker, what's going on?
What's going on, boys?
I apologize again. I'm listening to Chris talk, and I'm typing.
I saw you looking at stuff, and I'm like sitting back. I'm like, fucking quit looking at your goddamn phone. Who that?
I'm trying to get stuff situated because I don't know if it was a lady or man, but they sent me a well, I sent them an email because it's like I haven't heard nothing back. So I'm like, all right, let me just send them an email to check on stuff. And then when I sent them an email, the person said, "Oh man, like you were supposed to get. I was supposed to send you something 2 weeks ago, but I missed somehow. I just sent it now, and blah blah blah. It is answering another question I had, but they only sent it for me." Because I guess they didn't put my wife down. Last time they put my wife down, but she's not able to make it anyway. She's working at the hotel that weekend, which is like next to the convention. But trying to see if Sean can get added as my +1, and if he can, we'd be good to go for the convention, man. But I know I'm in there, so I'm gonna wait till I get a response before I text Sean the good or bad news. But
Nice.
I'm in there again. I'm in there.
Nice. That's awesome, buddy.
Yeah. So it's my third time. But let me go back to the chat because I see the chat has kind of like jumped.
Yeah, well, it's like someday was kind of going and
Chris,
saying about.
Did you say CGC hasn't said that they're going to compensate people? Like I thought they said that.
No. They have said that. It's just like what Swagger House pointed out was that there's nothing in their actual in their terms of service that says they have to.
No.
So no matter what happens, no matter what happens with the book, whether it's something that like they like so they could sit there and put your book in a wood chipper. They don't have to honestly, in terms of everything, they don't have to do anything with that. It's like, that's not what we guarantee. Like the book, it's negligence on our part, but I mean, we don't have to pay.
This is what they could do. Like, this is what they could do, but I'm saying they're still gonna face a class action lawsuit. Let's be honest. If anybody knows America and how they sue everybody, they're still gonna face that. But this is what they could do to help with it. Like I know they said they're gonna. I guess you got to prove that what you paid for it. If you're a victim, they'll probably approve you. Then you'll send the book back. I don't know how the money situation is going to go because knowing them, they're going to want to try to give you credit. Let's be honest. They're going to want to try to give you credit. So
give you 15 free presses.
Yeah, so I don't know how that's going to work. But
if you're the person that paid $12,000 for one of those things, like that's where you're gonna get kind of like that's where it's gonna get kind of dicey because it's.
But that's the person. But that's the person you want to make happy more than the $100 person. Because
you think that the
$12,000 person is definitely going to be in that class action lawsuit.
You think this guy that they're going to sue? Obviously, they're going to sue this guy, or they're going to take him to court or to jail or something.
Well, the suing thing, they're going to sue CGC first. The class action will be against CGC.
No. But I'm talking about CGC is going to do something with this particular person that's.
They're gonna wreck this.
They're gonna prosecute. They're gonna try to. Let me say that, because they got to prove this person knowingly and maliciously was doing this to get over on CGC. If they have any mishap of him just sending the stuff in and seeing what would happen, and it happens. Because you don't check. How can I be 100% when you're not checking?
I do think CGC is at fault for not checking their reholders. Obviously, they
Yeah,
they just
and that's
hit
why
the
that's why I say
slot.
they're not victims in this. Like that's why I really hope they don't make it. And we feel just as bad as you because like we're the ones our reputation is being tarnished. Like, well, you should.
No,
Like,
they've said they've improved their like all the nonsense that you say after something like this. We've improved our practices. It's showing us a blah blah blah. We're doing this to change.
I could say this for us because I got books at CGC currently. All right.
Yeah.
My
I'll
modern
be sending
books.
some in February. I'm
My
not
modern
afraid of
books.
CGC.
I'll tell you right now, my modern books haven't moved. My vintage books, because not that many vintage books have. Well, I think a lot of the Mark Jula stuff happened after 1974.
Yeah, it happened like in Vietnam. It was for Vietnam.
Yeah, so was it the 75 up to the 80s, right?
69, 69 to like I don't know.
Yeah, but well, I know it's like a little some in there earlier, but I know they have a lot like in the 75 range.
Yeah, I would
to
imagine.
80.
Yeah.
But I could tell you this by looking at my order. My modern books haven't moved. Like they've been scheduling for grading since December 8th. My vintage tier, I got the one December 1st. I already got shipped back to me. I already sold some of those books, so I already got those back. December 8th. December 8th, my vintage tier just got shipped back to me a day ago, so I'll be getting that back. And a lot of my pre-screens, but those were in November, are getting shipped back to me. So what I'm trying to say is my vintage stuff is actually going faster than my modern stuff. But when you look at their time, it's supposed to be moderns faster.
But why
So,
do you think that is? Do you think they're
because I was thinking because
might
more Mark Jewelers are in that modern tier.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's why that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like this is gonna make you.
Yeah, you're not gonna have like, for example, like this book that came out in '65. This doesn't have a Mark Jewelers in
it. Every seller that bought a book for $40 wants to CGC it so they can make their $40 back.
Yeah. Well, no, but the thing that I would say too is that I mean, even with conventions, you're gonna see slowdowns and everything, but with this, it's going to slow stuff down too, because now it's just like, all right, if there's anything that's in there that's supposed to be a Mark Jewelers, like they're probably going to, really go. I mean, they should be doing it anyway. So if you're submitting it, that's one thing. But now, I mean, I would say if you're reholdering it, they're going to have to open it up and then really, okay, is this legit? And then I think the bigger thing, see, everyone's focused on those Mark Jewelers. The bigger thing is the people that are submitting. I mean, and then now this is something that you have to look at too, where it's like, all right, stuff that has like value stamps and stuff. It's like if you have something that has a value stamp, if you have a book that has a value stamp, I would say, especially if it's not a signature series or something like that. I mean, or even if it is, like if you bought it that way, it's gonna be tough to sit there and really know whether or not that is, that I mean, it got a blue label this time. It's supposed to have a green label. Guess what?
I had a guy try and sell me a bunch of slabs that he bought like in the early 2000s off of eBay.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all cracked, all open, and like it was. I was like, I just don't trust these slabs, man. I'm sorry, bro. I can't buy these slabs. And I don't think he was smart enough to do it, but I imagine it was the wild, wild west back then.
Yeah.
As far as when you're buying stuff off eBay back in the early days of eBay, so.
Yeah. Well, this all speaks to a couple of different things. So the first thing is that, like, CGC needs to improve their case. Like that goes without saying, just because it's too easy to open it. Especially if you watch the Immaculate video, it really is kind of crazy, like the way he did.
Oh no, the CGC cases, I do it with a butter knife. It's simple as fuck. It's easy as fuck.
He was able to do it. He was able to do it and kind of have it so that you could snap it back together almost.
Oh yeah, you can do it. I can do that, but I don't, but I can. You just have to be a little extra careful. But yeah, you can do it. It's pretty easy, man. Yeah.
And it's just like, so you have that, and then it's just like, okay, so you're gonna have to get a better slab. So that's like basically something closer to like what's the CBCS uses. And CBCS already threw shade at them, talking about like, it's like I was UV resistant and all this type of stuff, and and we have this nice little label. See, and people really like this label, so why not use us? Like, we're not caught up in scandals. And I was like, see, but that's the thing. It's just like that I think is going to be the bigger problem for them. So it's like, oh, I paid all this money for for a Hulk 181 because I know that was one of the things, and it's like, no, like there's no value stamp. This should have been a green label. So now I paid, let's say $9,000 for this book, and really, like, I got screwed. Like you owe me money, and it's just like that's going to be a tough one. And
well, that's what I'm wondering. What's going to happen when that happens? When it's going to be the person that's owed $12,000 or the person that's owed $9,000? Like it's going to be. And this they said it affects hundreds of books. Now I don't know if that means 300 books or if that means 900 books.
They're just saying hundreds. I'm sure that they're saying that, okay, like we're because they're probably tracking that dude's sales and be like, okay, how many books has he sold for? How long? So it's like, well, this is just hundreds of books. It's just like, yeah, but if there's more people, and then because let's say the guy, if it ends up being a criminal thing, and the guy does say like, no, there's about 5 of us, me and 5. Okay, so now you have 4 more friends that do the exact same shit. Like now,
never mind. What about the person that's resells that because they had a problem? They're like, fuck, I bought this book for $12,000, and they resell it. Like there's books sell and sell.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a mess. But all I know is for all the trouble that one person that they don't, that one person that they know of, for all the problems that person's caused them, like he's going to get in trouble. Like there's gonna be something severe for that person. Just like
I would imagine they're gonna strip him and fucking flog him through the streets, and he's gonna be raped and molested. It's gonna be bad for that guy.
Let's put it this way: if he
not gonna be good.
If he gets a fine, it's gonna be a stupid fine that he's probably not gonna be able to pay. And then again,
well, you gotta think he's got a shit ton of money. He must have a fucking fortune in the bank if he's fucking buying books for $100 and selling them for $12,000.
Yeah, well, it's all a situation. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's all a situation. I think of that, like, because it's fraudulent sales, and then you have all this type of stuff, and then it depends on how deep.
And you got to think that guy, if he's doing that kind of thing, he's not paying the government.
No, and so you have that. So you have that potentially, and then think.
And I'll tell you what, you don't do that to the government. The government will fucking nail you to the wall the minute you touch their money. You can fucking rape, pillage. You can do all sorts of things. You touch the government's money, they will fuck you up, man.
Well, and then you have the other part of it now. So now, CGC is doing their thing, and we put this on there, and then all of a sudden someone sold this. Well, you sold that shit on eBay, and here's a whole bunch of sales. Now it makes, by extension, eBay has nothing to do. Like eBay is not trying to guarantee what you're selling on there. They're just selling. You brought them this product, said I want to sell this on here. You did sell it, and now what if eBay gets mad and is like, "Dude, you guys fucked us over with this"? Like, what if they decide that they want to get in on it and be like, "Hey, look."
What if eBay starts saying you can't sell slabs on eBay anymore?
Something like that. I doubt they would do that.
I doubt they would do that as well. But like, there could be a bunch of things.
Like, there's a bunch of different things that I could go through. I don't think I could do anything like that extreme, but it is kind of just like, it is kind of crazy to think that, like,
I know Swaggle House has great videos on this already.
Yeah,
him and his one buddy, they've got very good videos on this topic.
Yeah. But I said, like, his I think was the best explanation of it, because he actually breaks down CGC what they actually do. But what I was saying is that how crazy is it that, like, people are so, like, over the top with, like, just like we could slab this and get money for it and it's gonna be great. Like, you gotta go through all this shit just to put this in a slab and screw somebody over and be like, oh, like, let me go ahead and to me it's just kind of crazy. Like,
I didn't watch the video where they show you how to do it.
That's a different channel. That's Immaculate Comics. Actually, you should check it out. It's only like a 5-minute video, but the guy's like, I did, like, I could do, like, just like this. Like, this is kind of, like, I'm shocked at how easy this is. I'm like, oh God.
I'm shocked at how easy that would be. I'm shocked that they wouldn't check a reholder. Like, I know, like, there's a trust built up, but, like, you would think that you would check, like, hey, that doesn't look like a 9.8.
At least something.
That looks like 5.5.
You know what I mean? Or it's just like, I must have been asleep at the wheel that day. All right, well, it's still getting a 9.8. Let's get a reholder. It's like, you know what? I think that's somebody. I think that if you send it in,
I'm not surprised if someone claims to have double cover, triple cover. Hey, Chef, don't be talking about one of the books I pulled for my my books. I hope it's not on the list. But this is one of the books I pulled. This is one of the books I pulled from my 2023 pickups. It's a double cover. It's a double cover.
CGC is said they were making a comprehensive list.
They're making the list, which I mean, I'll give them credit on that one. So they're gonna have.
I'll probably wait to send this off until I get that list.
They're making a list. They're checking it twice.
Because hopefully this is not on the list because this is an older label too. I got I would think it would be a lot of newer label stuff, but this is a Gen 2 label. And I have records of what I paid for because I actually bought this from Torpedo. So we'll see when they make their list. But if this is on the list, then I can get my money back and I'll send it to them. But it's supposed to be a double cover. It's supposed to be a double cover. So, but this made my 2023 pickups just because it is a double cover and it hasn't been pressed and clean. And fingers are crossed that the inside cover, which they graded a 9.2, can get a little bit higher.
Yeah. You do have to wonder though. They are crucifying this one person. If one person can do this, you wonder how many people can do this.
Oh yeah,
well, they're crucifying this one person, but like you said, how many people have really done it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how many people?
Oh, like, not even that. I got one even better for you. How many people have sent in stuff for Reholder and then it comes back as to be like, hey, I don't remember this being Mark Jules, but okay, they say they leave, but their Reholder terms and conditions does say they leave liability for regrading. So honestly, if I would have sent in a book for a Reholder, right, and it comes back the same grade, but it has extra stuff like it says Mark Jules, a double cover or whatever, and I didn't send this book originally in for grading, I'm adding that because if I sent it in for original grade, I know if this stuff is in there. But if I didn't I had this book I purchased already like that, and like say I cracked the slab or whatever, I want to get the new label, a new one of those nice labels, and then they get it and they say, oh, this book it comes back and says, oh, it had a Mark Jules, or it had a double cover. I won't think nothing of it because I didn't send this book originally in. Yeah. I would just think I'm just going to assume that they did the terms and conditions of a Reholder and they regraded it and found these extra items. And I'm been like, great, So how do you punish that person? That's what I want to know. How do you punish that person who?
I don't think it's more than like I think really like the biggest thing.
But that's an extreme case. Too.
Well, no, I think the biggest thing that comes with it is that any slab that you buy, it doesn't matter where you buy it from, whether you buy it from whether you buy it from somebody that's just not you, like if you're not slabbing, if you're not sending it, and if you're buying it from somebody who either, unless you know the person that sent it in, or unless you sent it in yourself, you should just be checking the serial numbers. And I don't think a lot of people do that at all. So it's just like, oh, check this number just to make sure. And if you see two of that same exact number, then you have made the wonderful list of people that have been scammed on this thing. So that's how it all goes. It's just that I think checking the serial numbers now on any slab book that you get, from CGC especially, it probably should be common practice now. Just like check it and be like, all right, this is all good. Because I mean, what do I know? Like I've just like that. Like so many people have bought it and they're like, all right, I went and bought it. Here it is, And now you kind of have to look at the serial numbers and be like, all right, just double check. And there's only one. If you see more than one, then there's something up.
And the funny thing is, Reholders actually take longer. Anyway, if anybody sent the Reholder in, it's not as fast as you would think it should be. To me, a Reholder it should have been, but I know it's going to be slower now, even slower. But a Reholder, in my opinion, is like, all right, the same label, whatever it is, and here's another case, because it should go straight to like Rehold the casing process. But I don't think it does that, but because they take a long time. Like you could send modern books or actually vintage, because they're going faster. Vintage books in currently
this week.
Yeah, like I got books coming back from CGC, right? If one of those are mislabeled, I have to send it in to get corrected, right? That's going to take longer than me sending some books in with it to get graded. Like those books I send in to get graded, I get those back before I get that correction, which is insane. So
yeah. I mean, I think that's really all that.
It's a big fiasco. I didn't want to say much about it until who that was, Chef asked about it, I think.
Yeah,
because so many people are doing so many videos.
Yeah, man. I don't think I'll be talking on Sunday unless I get.
Yeah, it does. To me, I mean,
that's the only reason we talked about it, because somebody asked about it.
I mean, really, like the only thing you can do now is just kind of let it play out and see what.
You just got to sit and wait. We're at a sit and wait process.
He made the right response. Everybody agrees that CGC made a very good response to the thing. And now all we got to do is wait and see what really happens and how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that they didn't do, which was like, sweep it under the rug, which is good, or even worse, be like defiant. So it's just like, this crazy thing happened. This is like, so
CGC
move on.
And
like, you're still gonna get your books with us, so why the fuck do I care?
Yeah, we don't condone. We wash our hands of anything that happens after it's out of the building. Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't my goddamn fault.
But it at the end of the day, it does look bad, especially when he had their statement saying hundreds of books.
Yeah.
Hundreds of books, and we only know this guy. This guy has a handful of books. And I mean, when compared to hundreds, when you talk about hundreds, like hundreds in my mind is over 200. So if you're talking about hundreds, and this guy only has like 20 or 30, then who else is doing this that got away with it? Or is it the case like I made my example of people sent it in and it came back like with stuff and you didn't think nothing of it because, like I said, the terms and conditions says they can regrade the book. And
well, no, I mean, I think they just probably went through their database and looked and saw, okay, look and see if there's any double, serial numbers, and they did. And I was just like, oh fuck, there's a ton of these, like that, I'm not gonna say how many specifically, but there's hundreds of them. Like it might not all be this one guy, but there's definitely a whole bunch of them. So that's just gonna be the thing is like that's the next part. Like so I say, you're gonna wait to see how it plays out because the next part is gonna be checking that list and seeing what books are on there that you may or may not have.
Checking it twice. We're gonna find out if who that has great pickups for 2023. That's what I'm about to show right now. I'm gonna show 3 books. So these 3 books I all got signed at Dallas Fan Expo. So I bought these got these graded, and then I got them signed, and I'll show them. So these 3 have 2 more books I'll show later. First book up. This is Clone Wars #1. It's a 9.2. People be like, oh, that's not that high of a grade, but it has 4 signatures, and it's a newsstand, which they do tell you on the top.
Rosario's signature, doesn't it?
Yeah. So this one has. We have Rosario Dawson, Ashley Eckstein, Matt Lantern, and James Arnold Taylor. Oh, and I got to see Rosario up close. That was awesome. And I got some quotes on him. And May the Force be with you, and Your Reckless Little One, and I Am No Jedi. So that was a major pickup for me on that one. Like, pickup, and I got to meet, especially Rosario Dawson. That's actually one celebrity. Actually, I have a crush on him. That I know nothing will ever happen, so
your wife doesn't have to worry. Get out of the house.
Well, yeah, she's out of the house, but she has, like I added the last part too. She has nothing to worry about. Rosario Dawson, she's been through a few relationships, and I don't think I can cut it if some of these other people she's dated didn't make it. So I got this one as well. This is I think this is the book I bought from Jeff Silversmith, which was graded a 9.6. That Dustin pressed out to a 9.8, but I had 2 of them. One was a 9.8, one was a 9.6, pressed it to a 9.8. But this is one I also got all 4 of them to sign. And I think on both instances, Rosario Dawson put Ahsoka, but on the other one, actually, she put Ahsoka Tano. This one, she just put Ahsoka. But I thought, very happy with this one. A couple of PC books. That I sold. I had 2 of these with 4 signatures, but I kept one of them. And the other book that I got couple of signatures added to at Dallas, and then I added the custom label because it was going in a different tier. So I said I might as well add a different label because it was already going to get shipped separately. This is a book that I sent Tony Sanders to get cracked by CGC. The story goes, if people don't have heard the story, Tony didn't know what book I was giving him to go get cracked by CGC. So when he never even looked at it, I just gave him a bag with the book in it, and he just goes to CGC. Yeah, I'm trying to get this cracked because we're trying to get this signed by what's his name, Shameik Moore, who does the voice of Miles.
Yeah.
So they're like, all right. They pull out the book, and it's this one, and he starts freaking out. So, they're like, you know how much this book is worth? Oh my God! So, and then Tony didn't even know. So when he saw it, he was like, "What the hell?" he said, "Damn, who that sent me with this book?" And then somebody could have knocked me upside the head.
Did it dust to press that or what?
Well, no, it has like a little crunch down here.
Okay.
You can't really see it, but it's a 9.4. It's not going to get any better with that little crunch, because that's the only issue with this book. It has no spine ticks. It's just that little like you maybe put it in a bag and then you drop the bag and board and it got That's kind of like it would
we've all done by accident. Fuck.
Yeah, that's what kind of looked like what happened. But this is a book I got from Chad RCG. RIP to Chad. And so this is not going anywhere. I would love to upgrade it, but my decision being what to do, since I traded with Chad and was already signed in a 9.4, I said, you know what? I'll try to add as much signatures of people who worked on this book when I can if they're at conventions. That's my idea and thought. But I did let CGC press and clean it so it can keep the same grade.
Yeah.
So it stayed at 9.4. I loved it. I like the custom label for the Miles. And then I didn't just add Shameik Moore, who plays Miles, down here, which is super nice guy. I added Clayton Crane. And Clayton Crane was like, this book is kind of expensive. I said, I already got this guy added. Clayton signed that mug.
I'm just shocked that his signature is as cheap as it is, while his fucking art cost, I don't know, $100.
Yeah, this double color is actually is normally $40 and you get one color. I paid $45. It was $45 to get two colors. I was like, I'll do the two colors for extra $5 because I was like, let's do the blue and red.
Yeah, man.
The blue and red. So he was happy to say, he was great. It was great talking to him. When you bring him books like this or books he's worked on in the past, like for example, like the not A-Force, what is the X-Force stuff, like the X-Force books he worked on like way back, and then he did interiors and stuff. He loves seeing those books and chatting about that stuff. So if anybody was wondering, he likes signing those, like more so than the new stuff he signed, because all he does is covers now.
Yeah.
But when I showed him this one, he was like super happy because he did interiors in this book.
Nice.
People don't remember, like that's that's what he did. He didn't do any of the covers. So that's why he was happy to see that book, and that's one of my prized possessions. That it'd be like the Turtle books, not going anywhere. Main reason is because I always wanted that book. I never had the first mile. I had the first miles, but I've had the regular cover. I never had that one, but it was just like I said, the Chad RCG kind of tie into that book. That's why it means a lot to me for a lot of people who don't know. Did you know Clayton Crane's originally spelled with K and K? Okay. Clayton. No, I did not, Callie. You know a lot of facts that I have no idea. Chris, you want to show anything? I don't know. I'll just pull that out to get off of the CGC train.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I have some things. I'm not really sure.
Oh, you got that from Chad? Eminem. I had, so funny is, I picked that book up someday off of the LCS, off the rack. That book was just like an $8 variant. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't a ratio. It was just a variant, and that was just. It was $8. I picked it up. I got it great. It was a 9.8. I sold it a long time ago, and I wish I didn't. because it's expensive as hell now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have a few books. So, I got this I got off of a seller on Instagram. And he was just, kind of trying to do a deal or whatever. And he's like, oh, like, this is what I'm going for. So I was like, will you take this one? He's like, yes, no problem. So I was like, all right, cool. And I got this right before. I mean, I have one already, but this is an upgrade to mine. But I got this right before there was any sort of rumor of, this character might be coming, and who's gonna play her, and this and that. And so, the first Dazzler, and then 9-2.
Nice.
So I got that before anyone's like, oh, Taylor Swift. Like, that rumor in Taylor Swift. I mean, like literally, like I bought it, and then maybe like then 3 days later, people are like, oh, like it's this. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, thank God I got that done, because my mom would have been like, oh, like well, I can't sell it to you for that much. Like that's not gonna happen.
That's a Taylor Swift book. You can't have that.
Yeah, and then
Dazzler's my favorite character all of a sudden.
I got my boy Yahweh approved. We are going to New Orleans, baby. Press fast. You'll see us go live at least a few times. We'll probably do like a show. We'll probably do something in the hotel. Just to let people know.
I don't know if I showed this last time. I might have. I don't know. But
I don't remember.
this was on my top list. So first Annihilus and Franklin Richards. So I got this. Happy to get that. It's actually a book I've been chasing for a while, and to find
that
it
book
for
is so hard. That book is so hard to get above like a mid grade.
Yeah,
I know.
And it makes a big jump. It makes a big jump, like price wise. I think after a 8.
Yeah,
but
like it's actually dropped in price a lot. But
yeah. I'm trying to think. I have other stuff here. I don't know where I put it all, just because I keep on like moving stuff around. But I have another book I wanted to show. I have another book that I got that kind of fits in with this. But this I got off another Instagram sale, which was really good. Never had this before, and everywhere I'd see it would be expensive. But first, Deathstroke, so makes me happy to have that.
Is that one of the books you got from your boy? You ain't got to say his name.
Yeah.
Kind of the bag and board. I kind of like.
I also got this from him as well.
Did he look a lot better than? I remember that one. They look a lot better than when he graded them.
You've done some good shopping here, Mr. Chris.
Oh, I know.
Chris was very strategic. I have to say,
he's done some really.
I'm not going to reveal our source. I might tell Bleak if he really wants to know, but it can get you in trouble. Just let Bleak know. Let Bleak know. He can get you in trouble because he has great books at great deals.
I got this from Bleaka.
Yes, you did.
From Bleaka. And then Bleaka was actually
get it signed and get it re-slabbed.
That's a
Bleaka
fucking
says it's a 9.8.
Fucking tell you, fucking goddamn it, that's a goddamn 9.8.
So,
I want you to get Chris Claremont to sign it and get it graded so it can come back at 9.8.
I could.
Look at the back. Look at the front. It's beautiful. It's fucking perfect.
I don't know what they're looking for, but and then so Bleak there's a funny story with this one. So Bleak was at a convention.
I remember that one too.
And so he was sitting there, he's talking with the guy, and so I'm watching him, and I'm like, wow, that's like a great price. And so I was like, that's a great price. I was like, you should go get that. And he's like, yeah. He's like, maybe, I don't know. And so like he goes ahead and gets it. And then as he's talking about it, he's like, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. I was like, oh, are you buying that for the shop or just for you? He's like, thinking maybe about the shop. I'm like, as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, so I mean, does it have to necessarily be in the shop? I mean, if you're looking to make a deal, I'll do a deal right now. He's like, let's talk about it. And so I was like, all right. He's like, well, what are you thinking? And I'm like, I don't know. You tell me what you're thinking. And then
was that one of the quickest purchases and sales?
That was a quick turnaround, man. That was a quick turnaround.
Basically, on his ride home, I was just like, all right. And I was like, yeah, I'll buy that now. And then, no, but I'm lucky I did because his friend that he was riding with was like, damn, man, I wanted to get that book. That's a good book. So if I had said nothing, because the guy was like, well, it's just like, I already got it. I already sold it. He's like, you sold it that quick? Because if I didn't, I guarantee it wouldn't have made it out of that car. Like that was one of them books that wasn't making it out of the car ride.
If I told him I sold it that quick, he probably would have fucking beat the shit out of me.
Like to make the car ride home, he's like, what?
Like,
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I sell stuff on consignment pages, it tickles me that when it sells for like less than 30 seconds.
yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah.
Because I posted three books total with this a new consignment page, which because I just wanted to try another avenue out, because everybody doesn't have the same eyes. Let's be honest, everybody doesn't have the same eyes. So I posted three books with them. One of the books got claimed literally when I say 30 seconds or less. It was like he sent me a message. Hey, I posted the books, and I looked at them. One got claimed, and I was like, God damn! I was like, and it said 30 seconds. I was like, wow.
That whole box that I looked at that Chris got that book from.
Oh yeah,
I wanted that entire box, bro. It was that box was full of good deals. That box was full of good deals.
Canadian, as like I said, it's all Canadian. I was like, shout out! I went up there and bought.
I wanted the first Hercules really badly. I should have bought it. I should have pulled the fucking trigger on that.
And that book has kind of dropped as well, and it's very very affordable.
This actually is a pretty so a lot of people don't may or may not know about this, but this is the first appearance of Valerie, who ends up being and Josie and the Pussycats. So this is the first actual appearance of Josie and the Pussycats as far as the actual band is concerned. So yes, it's a PGX slab, and yes, I got it for a great price. So I'm not upset about that, because if you go and look for these, people want a lot of money for them just because they're older. And it's still Bronze Age, so what's it called, 1969. But it's just that like some of these Archie books that people kind of look into or don't know about this and that. Like the people that do know about them or that list them up on eBay, they know what they are and they're expensive. So I found this for a great price. I was actually really excited for that.
There's some gold in that Archie run, buddy. There's some gold.
Oh, that's crazy. There's crazy stuff in that.
Yeah. It's like, and it's kind of spread out. Well, a lot of good stuff at the beginning, like the Golden Age, but those are super expensive, and you might never see them or find them. But they got stuff that's sprinkled out, like the one he was showing, and I think
Silver and Bronze.
Is it Cherry Blossom? Her name?
Cheryl Blossom.
Cheryl Blossom.
Betty and Veronica number 320.
Yeah, that's like in the 80s that came out. So it's like you got good books sprinkled around.
The pearl necklace for Christmas one. There's a bunch of.
There's a ton of them.
Yeah, the beat off one. I had to beat these guys off. I had to beat these guys off.
These guys just to be with you.
There's the other one. It's like Veronica. I think is like she's in a bathing suit, she's either diving or something like that. And like and Archie and this other dude's like up on the window like that's another one.
But it's so funny. They have a ton of them that are like maybe not as known as that one, because I had a couple of them I was bidding on an auction. I think it was Comic Link or Comic Connect, whatever it was. But they when you read the subtitle, it's like that could mean something else. So it's like they got a ton of them.
Oh, there's all sorts of innuendo covers out there. Steppo just played the one where that kid's holding the wood pile in front of the
the rifleman.
Yeah. I was just like, there it is.
Look at that! Look at that wood there. That's a big piece of wood.
Yeah, it's a very suggestive face that man's making.
Super suggestive fucking cover. It's so suggestive.
And then the kids are
looking all happy about it.
Yeah. I got this one too.
Like, and it's so funny seeing that. I would wonder what the conversation was before that.
Bangarang, Peter.
I remember you got that one too, huh?
That's a good one, buddy.
Yep, that John Stewart. So
yeah,
I was excited to get this, just because it's another one that was really like it's an expensive, like it demands a premium, but it makes sense that it does because it's a great book. And
it's still so undervalued. It's still like it's like a little premium, but it's not like it should be. It's nowhere near what it should be. And I'm talking about for the higher grades. Chris got a great deal on that one. But like when you go on the nines
for that book,
like the nines to 9.6s are not it's not like out of space prices.
Right.
Say
so you're not saying they're not 15 grand is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. Like in this 9.8's not even 15 grand. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I say that book is kind of like not. It's actually dropped.
That's because everybody fucking hates DC, but DC has good shit, man.
Well,
that's
the
a
thing
book that's
too-
on my list for 2024.
That's a good book,
Yeah.
bro. That's a good book. Well,
Well,
yeah,
well,
you
this
like
one,
fucking Black
it
Caesar.
was
Should be on your list.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this was
But
this
not
was
just that,
cool.
it's the second Guy Gardner too.
Yeah, I hate Guy Gardner so much, bro.
I think he's cool. I don't have a problem with him, but
It's fine.
I mean,
I get it. It's the haircut. I can't deal with the
yeah.
haircut.
Well, the thing though too,
I hope he doesn't have the haircut in the movie. I hope he doesn't.
God,
I'm
man.
sorry.
I really hope
the actor who he has playing him, I actually like the actor because he makes me laugh at points. So
I hope he has the haircut.
But he
Yeah.
I don't, man. Well, I hope he I don't know if he starts off with it or ends with it, but I don't want him to have it the whole time.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, for me, like with this too, like this was a big deal because after Neil Adams died, everyone, oh, so Neil Adams,
All of Neil's stuff got
Neil Adams covered. I'm like, oh god damn it. So just I was
Danny
really
O'Neill.
excited.
Danny O'Neill wrote that. Did Danny O'Neill wrote that? Because I know him and Neil worked on a lot.
So yeah, Danny O'Neill and then Elliot St. McGinn.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Danny O'Neill died before.
Yeah, he died not too long before actually.
He died right before, maybe a year or two before. So it was like he died, then freaking Neil Adams died, a couple years later or something. So yeah, and that's when that book I saw, but everything Neil Adams made a jump, like once he passed, and then that everything is kind of like dropped again. So it's crazy. Like you said, it's DC stuff. Like it's crazy, it's DC stuff. They're not easy to come by as far as certain grades, and they're very in the wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show two more books because I want to go over the lists for 2024.
Yeah, I mean that's how I have my stuff right now.
Yeah, these are my last two books. These are the ones I got kind of towards the end of the year. I got a sticky note on one of them. What the hell? Why I got a sticky note?
I'm honestly surprised you have so many Star Wars books in your personal collection. To be,
I mean, it's so funny. I don't. It's just Clone Wars.
That's weird.
It's just Ahsoka stuff.
I get it. It's just weird to me.
This is
that's one of my favorites.
This is a big book because you can't find it in this grade and with white pages.
Awesome. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, so I ended up picking up this book. It's not it says origin of some Georgia guy.
The worst part is it's people. They might not get votes, but that's a fucking great book, man. That's such a cool.
It's a ghost.
It's such a good book. It's such a cool book.
Yeah, it's a ghost. She had her first ongoing title in Wild Comics, but this is her first time with her name in the title. They don't say that on CGC, which they should, I think, because this is her first title, but 1945 7-0 white pages. I mean, I think it won the round, but it should have easily won when I was on the show, but I don't think it did. But it is what it is. So that was recent pickup. Got this from a person that Dustin knows. I don't know if it was Excelsior Slabs or another person. But yeah. And the last thing I want to show, this is a book that is on my list, and I'll go over my list for next year because my list for next year is basically the same list for this past year, but 3 books are not going to be on there. I think it's 3 books. Might be only 2. Let's see, 1, 2. Actually, it's 2. Only 2 books are not on it. This is one of the 2. But even though it's a purple label, All Star Comics #5, first appearance of Shira Sanders. It was basically the first appearance of Hawkgirl. So because it says her as Hawkgirl. So first appearance of Hawkgirl. Also has an ad for All Flash #1, but it's a restored 6.0 super high grade. It looks beautiful. It's only color touch, pieces added, tear seals reinforced, and it says staples replaced, which you could actually probably replace those replaced staples with correct staples. which is easily to be done. But we're not gonna do any of that because I'm happy with this book. I'll probably if I do anything would be upgraded, would be downgrading it. Hopefully I can find like a 3.0 blue label, but it might not look as nice as this. So that was my last pickup from the year. I believe this was from a collection, but they don't notate it that, which kind of sucks. But first appearance of Hawk Girl, 1941. 1941. And being restored, I got this probably for like 25% of what it probably would go for in a 6.0. Probably even less than that. I don't even know what a 6.0 would go for, but I probably got it for like 25% or less than what it would for because it was purple label. So that was my last pick. My last one I'll present is my pickup for 2023. I had a lot of pickups in 2023. I know Chris did as well. But I wanted to like present some of the ones that I kind of mean the most and and ones that are really not going anywhere. Because as you know, I buy and sell, but a lot of the ones I've shown last show and this show kind of like staying with me. Only thing you'll see with some of these books, like for example, like the All-Star Comics like I showed, would be an upgrade. But I'm not in need of it, if that makes any sense. Yeah. I already have it. So yeah.
Well, actually, funny enough. I was gonna say I was like, funny enough, because I just thought about it. I was like, the Wolverine #1 slab, that is an upgrade because I already have a slab 8.0, and then I have a raw one that is also high grade. So it's just like I forgot.
It sounds like you need to sell that 8.0. That's what it sounds like.
Probably.
Start bid for $1. Start bid. Get it out of here. Get it out. You don't need 3. You turn it like me with the TMNT.
Well, you know what happened? Oh, the original. So what makes that one tough though is that one was a gift. I remember guy that used to hang out with us a long time ago, Kirby Comics. Like just Sunday, he's like, oh, he's like, yeah, is it A-OK?
I remember him.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, I upgraded.
What happened to him?
He had a baby. I remember he had a baby, and then like that's kind of he just kind of stopped doing everything on YouTube with it because he was like, oh, get the kid, and that was it. Like he just kind of just went away after that.
Yeah, like kind of like 90, but at least 90 pops up and says hello and stuff.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Kirby in a long time. I remember that name because I was like, oh man, that's a cool name.
Yeah, I don't know that he doesn't collect anymore or anything like that, but he just doesn't do this anymore. So, but he was a nice guy.
He probably watches stuff. So. To let people know, please thumbs up. Also, I forgot to show this off since I have some people here, and I'm going to put up these other books while we probably talk about 2024 lists. This is your last probably live show. I'll try to do another live show before the first, but to get in the super chat channel member giveaway, you got the 9/8 of Wonder Man #1 and the Hades signed by Clayton Crane. Both of these slides are going to go to one person, and you can win these for as little as $2 on a super chat. You get one spot at $2, or $5 will get you 3 spots on the wheel. So you can do a super chat, or if you want to do CFAP and Someday, they did Cash App. So if you want to do like that, I'll put your name down. And for $2, you can win 2 slabs, free shipping. So you don't have to worry about none of that. But yeah, I just wanted to present that. I forgot to show it earlier, but that's the super chat giveaway we got today, and I think 2 more days after that. So yeah, you got 3 days left to join. So 2024. I'm gonna put these slabs back. What are you guys looking for in 2024?
I could show you a couple that I picked up in 2023.
I'll highlight you. Hold up. Let me move.
Not too much. It's nothing major, but I did a little bit of shopping.
Oh, I have a few of those.
I got the full run, but I didn't have that in my run, and I was a little upset. I picked up this guy from Cali. Actually, it's a really beautiful copy. Yeah, I might get that CGC, to be honest.
Very cool.
Then we got
Ooh,
Black Panther #2.
that's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, man. And this one's a sneaky little key. This is a sneaky little key.
Oh yeah. That's the one that has the aliens and all types of stuff in there.
It has Star Wars
Like
characters
Yoda.
in it.
Yeah.
It has Jean Grey full in it. But it's like far away. But geez, that's her full nude appearance in that comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go. Jesus.
and this is a really good condition. This Hulk book, actually, Hulk 109, in dynamite condition. And I really wanted this book, so I got it because I love it.
Oh, Judge Dredd.
Yeah,
Very cool. I have one of those.
yeah. This lost. It doesn't win on the hunt, but it's still a really awesome book.
Yeah, no, I like Oh, there you go. Spidey story.
Spidey stories.
I like Spider Stories.
I'm a sucker for Spidey stories, man. I like the font. I think.
I think it's issue 2. I need to get. What's the issue with the Black Spider Woman?
And this has got, Doc Ock. He's getting the web to the face. And then these are pretty risque, but Depo sent me these guys. This is awesome.
Oh, nice. Brain Fantasy.
Yeah. That's pretty
It's like-
good. It's an adults only book, but the art is very cool. And then, of course, you got some bondage fairies. I probably shouldn't show too much of the bondage fairy.
All right.
We'll show her from the head.
Cali Comics list is like a couple of them are like, God damn, Cali.
Yeah.
And then we got this is the best one, honestly.
Oh my God. You slimed me. That's awesome. That seemed like a big thing that like
That's
that's
why she knifed him. That's why she knifed him.
That's gotta be like somebody that K-pop knows or something like that, like one of those artists. Because K-pop is always into those like she always has those like really just off the cuff stuff. It's like, oh, this is a great book. You should check this out. Like, oh my God.
Now I got some bigger, better books this year, but those are the just fun ones that were just hanging out next to me. So pretty cool.
That's a winner, Bleak. Cali,
yeah, that's definitely a winner.
That's a round winner for the show. Look, K-pop says facts. Look at Cali's list. I don't know if this is 2023 going to 2024 list, but you got Flash 105, which is not cheap. I don't know about the Showcase 79. What's Showcase 79? I don't know what that is. Strange Tales 1, I think, is expensive because that's the magazine, I'm not mistaken. Huh? Oh, Savage Tales 1.
Yeah,
Savage Tales,
that's
the
the first
Man Thing, huh?
Is it the first Swamp Man Thing? It's the first
Man Thing, yeah, Man Thing, which is that one's like more expensive than like the first Rocket or the first Star Lord.
It's because it's such an awesome cover, bro. It's it's wicked. Him holding the head, it's fucking cool as fuck.
Oh, he said that's the first Dolphin. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's not an easy book to find sometimes. That kind of like when it pops up, you gotta buy it because usually they're I know they're affordable. I've seen them before, but I know like you gotta buy them when you see them because people usually buy them because they're very expensive. Police Comics 1.
Yeah, that's Plastic Man.
That's the first Plastic Man. So you're talking like thousands of dollars. I'm talking
Plastic
thousands
Man is dope though. Plastic Man's so cool.
I would love. I ain't gonna lie. That's would be one on my big.
That is a top tier list.
Yeah, that's the top tier big boy one. But like that's another one that's like you don't never see.
Yeah, but you're talking to a guy that has a Hulk 1, so he'll find it. He'll be fine.
You know what, Cali? Since you have the Hulk 1, but he traded a lot. Give him credit. He traded a lot for that Hulk 1. Yeah, like I have to give him credit. He used this capital and made a good move. I think overall a good move for the Hulk.
Well, I actually like buying books from Cali, so yeah.
And he says I'm good for payments. I have none of those books, Cali. So I wish I did because I would.
You can't tell people you have a trading event if there's no way that we can join. I mean, are you able to do it via like Hangout? Can we just like join and like take me over where that guy is? I want to see what he has.
I would love to try to do a trading event, maybe on YouTube or Instagram, but I don't know how would that work. So Yeah,
I
that's
can
all.
tell you that'd be great. Like, listen, I got $1,000 worth of trade. See, this is 1,000 books. They're all $1 a piece. Yours.
This is what happened to Chris if it was on YouTube.
Hey, Chris. It was nice seeing you.
That's what happened. And that was somebody's channel. And he said that. It would be immediately he's gone.
Well, I know. You know, just when it comes to that whole thing, like, you know, there's all types of the comic swaps that happen, and I've seen them. Like 3 Men in a Basement usually has one, and a lot of times it's just like, you know, if you have stuff willing to go, that like there's, you know, just a bunch of vendors that are basically guys throughout the community and people that people know in the community, and like deals go down there all the time. I watch Biggie's Comics got himself, I think it was either 8.5, or I think it was either 8.5 or 9.2. I don't remember. Did the whole 168. Like, he was just like, yep, I got this for you, this and that, and then trade right like that. Just
the Thor 168 or whatever.
No, Daredevil 168.
Daredevil.
The Electra, first Electra.
Yeah, it just was like that.
I love Thor 168, and I got those this year as well, but I didn't show those ones.
If you ever notice that some key books have, when they had like, if you go to this book, they're both keys at the same number. Like, Hulk 181 and Batman 181.
Yeah,
you know, it was like, I don't know what it is, but those two, like they're like, Batman 181 is not that far behind that Hulk 181 because some reason people love Poison Ivy. That shit is expensive. That's on my list too. But it's not on my main list. It's on my list.
I wonder if somebody like Doc thinks of Poison, where I think of Hulk immediately when somebody says the number 181. I think of Hulk 181. I wonder if Doc or somebody like that thinks of Poison Ivy instead.
I would probably say they probably think of Hulk, and then if it's not Hulk, it'd be Batman. Like, besides those two, it'd be like 1A, 1B, and besides that, people would be like, I don't know what else.
Yeah, 181. There's only a couple, but they're good ones.
Yeah, so it's that one, like you said, the 168. What else they got? There's a few different numbers.
I mean, 100.
They kind of like, you know.
Just about every 100 is some sort of key.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Gamora is a 181 in Strange Tales. I think
Strange Tales 181.
Yeah.
So Gamora, I think, is 180, and then like there's two covers because the 181 I think is the one that has a clown on the cover.
No, it's 180. Yeah, she's 180.
Yeah,
she's 180. She's only on like a few panels of the 180, but they consider that her first appearance.
Yeah.
So for 2024, so I think we saw Callie's 2024 list. I'm gonna share but I already told you a few of the books that's not on this main list. Like, I want to get a Batman 181. What's up, Ryan Riley? What's going on? Thank you for popping in. Please splash that thumbs up button. So, like I said, I want to get a Batman 181. I would love to get the Dolphin as well. That's kind of like on my list. Police Comics obviously won, but who you know, I'm not gonna. That's like on a far off list, but yeah, a lot of stuff Callie has, I would love to get. For like Batman 181.
I gotta get a Zap Zero, buddy. I gotta get a Zap Zero.
I'm trying to think what else. I have some other books that are not gonna be shown on this list. Green Lantern, the Green Lantern 87 that we just Krista showed. But I'm very picky on that book because I see the prices and I'm like, I know I could save up and sell and whatever I can get ahead of the game. I really want to
get a lot of first prints from what's his name there, Robert Crumb. I really want to do. Yeah. I just really like, you know what? I've got a lot of books. I think I might be able to get a really nice underground 70s collection going. I think that would happy. I think that would make me happy.
The only TMNT book I would say left for me to get, and it's not even on the list. It's like if it pops up and I can get it for a good deal, if I have the money too, because they got to have that as well, is the TMNT 3 variant, the New York Comic-Con Best variant. That's the book they printed for New York Comic-Con, and the ink wasn't right. So like the certain parts of it is white. I would love to get that book, but that's about the only TMNT book that I really want to get. I'm not even talking about a gobbledygook because that's stupid.
What about the
Stupid.
one that CJ was just showing off the other night, the TMNT and Street Fighter?
I mean, that would be a good book to, that I would like to get for. It's like, I know that's not going to cost a lot of money. Yeah, that'd be on my list to probably get because I did like that one. I wouldn't even mind paying.
I know it caught your eye.
Oh yeah, it did. I was like, I didn't even notice that was at New York because I would have tried to tell somebody to get it for me for $30.
Yeah,
I would have just got it. Yeah. He said, heading to practice. Y'all also see you at church. Yes, sir.
All right, buddy.
Yes, please stop by. That's definitely. He said TMT3 is the easiest, earliest run. Well, I have a TMNT. I have the whole run, Callie, but I'm talking about basically it's like I said, they consider it a variant, and they put on that New York Comic Con, whatever, because when they printed those, it got misprinted, and they only bought 500, so it's literally only 500 out there, and I would like to get it, but I don't want to pay. Some people they want crazy prices for it. And so it's like I don't. It's on my list, but it's not. I don't have to have it right now. If that makes any sense.
I won't pay certain prices for books. It's just not in me. Like I can have rent for 3 months, or I can do whatever for whatever. I can't be buying $5,000 books.
Yeah, and TMNT collectors, we don't. We don't. Yeah. My Turtles Mania 1 is a first print, Callie. That's why I bought it slabbed. I would not buy that book raw. So this is my list. Let me take that off the screen. This is my list. If you guys can see that. So I already have the Turtle Mania book. That's off. The All-Star Comics 5, which is off. This is a list that Chris helped put together for me, a little collage, but I don't have any of the other ones. So I will be going after these. The All-Star Comics 8, that's going to take some finagling, probably like my first Doctor Doom's probably going to have to go bye-bye. And we'll see what else. But I already have in my mind, first Doctor Doom is going to go towards the first one. I already have that in my mind, and I'm just hoping
first Doctor Doom, Jesus, buddy.
Oof. Yeah, but it's first Wonder Woman, and I know I could get first Doom again in a long future. Let's say it like that, long future.
Fair enough.
But Power Girl, I want to get the Power Girl. DC All-Star Comics 58, I think. But if you look at my list of what I say, I want to get that in a 9.4 plus raw, meaning that hopefully it can come back at 9.6 to 9.8 if I grade it, or just get a graded 9.8. But they did the movie, the Flash movie, so I'm waiting for that book to slowly go down, which it has been, and I haven't seen a 9.8 pop up. But that's what I want for that book, because if anybody knows me with these female characters in the Bronze Age, they're not where the price is what it should be, in my opinion, compared to the male counterparts, the first appearances. So that's why I want to get that. First Talia Ghul. I want to get that, but I want a 9.0 graded or an 8.5 or better raw. So that's Detective 411. So that's on the list. My FF49. I want to match my other ones. I have a 48 and a 50 at 7.0, so I want to get a 7.0. Want to get a 7.0 on that book, which is not out the realm, but he's still talking over $1,000, I think. Or I could be wrong. I don't know if the price dropped. The price dropped. It's still not a cheap book in the 7. Hulk 1, that's what Callie just got. I would love to get that, but that's along the lines with the All-Star Comics 8, also with the Jim 83.
It's a big book.
Those 3 are the biggest books on this list. These 3. And I don't see myself getting them next year, but those are like I want to get them, but they're long-term goals. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But Hulk 1 and Journey to Mystery 83.
Journey is my ultimate grail. Journey 83. It's my
and out of those three, that's the cheapest one.
Yeah, that's my biggest grail. Love that book.
I have 2 books on it.
Master of Kung Fu, the special edition 15. I want to get that because 9/8s are out. I wouldn't mess with 9/8, but actually anything under a 9, like 9/6s and the 9/0s are like big price differences. If you don't notice, look up like GPA, you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, I want to get a high grade of that because I collect. People know I collect African American characters, but I do collect characters of color, which Shang-Chi is. So that's why I want to get that, especially before the like a second movie or he pops up in something else while that book is down. And the last book is first full appearance of Mystique.
Yeah, I'll take that let's talk about that.
First full appearance of Mystique, but I only want that in a 9/8 because that's another one of those, like I said, that bronze, a copper. I think that's a Bronze Age, actually. Bronze Age book.
Bronze Age.
That you can get on a 9/8, and you'll be like, oh, I got this in a 9/8, and let me get the first Ghost Rider in a 6/0, and that'd be like close to the same price as the 9/8 of her. But that's one of those books that that I'll be passing along eventually to my daughter. So that is my list, my major list. 3 of them, obviously, I told you probably won't be achievable next year unless, like I said, All-Star 8. I already plan on Dr. Doom, probably gonna go towards that, and it'd have to be a few other books, but yeah, but that's my list.
That's a good list, man. That's a good list.
He said, I got a record. Oh,
okay. I know. We're working on it.
He says, I'm surprised you don't have a 49. Actually, I've never had a 49.
I'm shocked.
Never had a 49. But the 18, I actually had an 18. I had it in a 9/6 and I sold it, and I put that money towards a payment plan for hopefully a 9/8. So all right. 9/8 might be coming eventually.
Ooh, that's a smart mofo. Don't he knows.
Actually, I had it. It's a 9/6 that was signed by Claremont, so I did pretty well on that book, I have to say. I bought it raw from my buddy from IG, and he graded a 9.0 to 9.2.
Nice. I try to grade low. It's harder to grade older books, but when it comes to new books, I'm always like, I don't know, it's like a 9.2 or better.
yeah. And that's in that, to me, that book is in that realm of not new.
Yeah.
Because of the paper quality, it's a little older, it's a little bit better. So you might think it's lower grade when it's actually a little bit higher. And that's what the guy who we buy from, he undergrades everything. And I still have the sticky note for that book. And I remember 9.0 to 9.2 he graded.
That's fine, Callie. I don't need the vinyl. I just need the book.
Yeah, he's not trying to play it on the record player.
Yeah, I do have a record player. Don't get me wrong, because I love records, but I don't be needing to play that shit. I just need the book.
So, Chris, if you want to go over some of the books on your list, if you have I know a lot of stuff you write down. You're not like me. I kind of like. Did I pick up the Comics Journal 89? I just got. No, I don't. I don't have that, Callie, because people want too much for it. I don't have that.
Now you're gonna make me write a list. I gotta make a fucking list now. God damn it.
Chris is gonna show a list. Watch, because I'm about to make it.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, that's why I have it written down. So this is from last year.
I don't want to have a list like that, Bleeker, because
this is old school, man.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be like, I gotta get these books. It's on the list.
I do need all the time, but
I've had to give them back. I've had to save them for people. People lose their list from their wallet from like 1982. Like, fuck, I better save that. That's important.
So this is everything from this year's list, and some of the stuff that I got off of there, and then.
Hey, good job.
So there's definitely stuff that is going to carry over, but this is stuff I added. So I made a new list for 2024. So it's a long one as well. But got Resident Evil 1, Earthworm Jim 1, Metal Gear the Foxhound, Legends of Zelda first print, Blip #1, the Castlevania Belmont Legacy.
I got that one. I like that one.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 2, the collector's edition. If I can find one that's not torn to shit.
I see one of the books that I want to get that's not on my main list, but the Blip one. I want to get a Blip one too, but I want to get a 9+.
The Castlevania one is expensive, man. It's weirdly expensive.
Yeah. Futurama 1, the Sailor Moon.
I'd love a Futurama one. That would be great.
Hey, I know somebody who has a Futurama one in a newsstand.
Hong Kong.
I got Sailor Moon.
Yeah. And
he's got a Castlevania. I don't know if he does.
The Hastings variant for Deadpool 11, which I should have got a while ago. I'm not worried about getting that right now, but I just put it down in case I see it. Battle Chasers 1, so the another universe variant. That's the one with Red Monica on the cover.
Someday, Sans does have a Castlevania, actually.
Yeah. So Daredevil 5 and 7 and a whole bunch of Batman. So Batman 227, 232, 240.
Yeah, Chris has a Castlevania he's been trying to sell for a minute. I fucking just hit him up, say, hey, I'll buy that fucking shit off you.
Yeah. But so because I have so many books, like this list and that list, I just went ahead and I made a third list of just what takes priority. So the books that I see that I'm like, okay, like these are the ones I definitely want to try to knock out, just because a lot of these I would say are, I think, getting to
what's
a point
top
where
priority
it is like a now or never type thing.
What's
not all
top priority.
Those are top priority, and the other books are kind of like, oh, if we find it and then a good deal, you probably like, all right.
What are the top one on the list?
To be honest with you, it's kind of a hard one to say, but I would have to say it's got to be a toss between either X-Men 94, Tomb of Dracula 10, or Silver Surfer 4. Those three, I think, are the ones that, I mean, FF52, I think will still be there.
I got one on your list.
One, maybe two.
I got one on your list. I got one on your list. It's just waiting on you.
No, I'm just kind of like looking at these, so some of them will be around more, but I definitely think that basically just these three here. So those three that I mentioned, I think are the toughest ones. I think those are the ones that, like, as soon as something comes about, it's over. Just because as soon as Blade comes on the screen, Silver Surfer goes on the screen, or
I don't know, man. They're fucking up Blade hard. I'm gonna tell you something. Anytime that there's a movie that's been rewritten, that's
fine. Take all the time you need. That gives you more time to get that Tomb of Dracula.
Yeah, because that means that movie's so fucked. It's gonna be so bad when it comes out. I hate to say it because I want Blade to be good. I want it to be.
I think with the new rewriting, because the new rewriting is going to be done by the guy who did Daredevil.
The Daredevil TV series, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So, I'm actually very excited. I think that's who it was. I could be wrong, but I know it's somebody. Yeah. I know it's somebody that I was like, "Ooh, I like that."
I worry about the new projects that Marvel has going on. I worry.
Yeah. And then hopefully the video game's good. Like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that also
Wolverine game looks amazing.
Yeah, I think that the other one you can add to that too is that Ghost Rider one. I think Ghost Rider is another character that, like, once there's any like real like traction with that character on any sort of movie, like you're not gonna be able to get those.
No, his first appearance is already outrageously expensive if it's a really high grade. It's like
yeah.
There y'all go with your Futurama one. There you go.
Love that.
It's a news. There you go.
And it's a newsie. Look at you, buddy.
Yeah, I just keep that's.
I bought it and I was like, ooh, hopefully I get to meet some of the voice actors.
Yeah, I mean it's a good book and all. Just for me, I just that's just one, like, if I come across it, great. If I don't, like, I don't need to have it.
That's how that one came about. Somebody had it. I gave them a lowball offer and they took it. And I was like, You know, it's one of those things like, oh crap, now I gotta pay for this.
Not in my shop, man. That book would be at like a stupid price. This is the fuck you price. If you're gonna offer me that, then I guess I'm selling it. That's what that book would be.
Yeah, no. Well, like I mean, Blade is definitely like I'm just reading Kelly's comment. And he's just like, you know, Tomb of Dracula, Tomb 10 is a great book to have. Not gonna lie, that one felt good when I crossed off the list, and you know that's the same way I feel about it. Where it's just like it's just a good book. And I know they're out there. Like I've seen my shops have them. Just
I want the entire Tomb of Dracula run. To be honest, that's a run that I would really like to have the whole thing.
Yeah, and 1 in 10 is like the most expensive ones, and that's it. You can get the rest for
the rest are no problem. But they're all.
Like, I have one, and I have 10. Actually, I have one, and I need 10
for them. Like they're not. It's not like buying $3 or $1 bin books. They're like $20-$25 books, and it's stupid. Like people are like, "There's Tomb of Dracula, bud." Fucking blah blah blah.
Well, no one ever says like any other places I go. No one ever says like that. You know, for those, but they do expect at least like I think like $15 a piece. But it's just like that's really where a lot of titles kind of end up going. Like there's some ones that you get lucky with, like Daredevil. Isn't like that. Iron Man for the most part isn't like that unless you're getting keys. But like Tomb of Dracula, Spider-Man, yes. X-Men, yes. Like those are books that like, you know, if you're trying to like, you know, fill a whole run, or I would say Thor, yes. Fantastic Four here and there, yes. I mean, it's just like it's tough when you're trying to get those kind of books because people will sit there and be like, oh well, you know, and they're not gonna say anything about it. It's just like, but like this is just more expensive. So Werewolf by Night. Not so much, but I've noticed that it's starting to get more of that Tomb of Dracula.
Though, right? There's a few that are very expensive in that run. The Werewolf by Night. I'd love the whole. I think I've got most of 1 to 10, but I don't have all of them. But I'd love, like, you know, obviously to whatever 32 or whatever it is. You know, you want the first Moon Knight, but that shit's fucking outrageous.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that you know, for that list, I mean, for my list of what I have, like I'm happy to try to pick up all those books, and I think that I will end up getting some good stuff. It's just, you know, the hard part is the bigger ones, and then just trying to figure out, you know, when I'll have I guess enough ready to go ahead and get one of those, just because like that's going to be a big step. So that's why I think you know, where I was saying changing up my strategy for the convention, I think that's what's going to come into play, where it's just like, all right, like I brought a, you know, I have this ready to go. I want that book. Like that's the one I'm trying to, you know, go for. Like, you know, a few years ago, I tried my shot at getting Amazing Spider-Man 50, and then because he was going to be in the Disney Plus show, it's like, oh no, we can't possibly.
I gotta stop the squirrel eyes. That's funny. I know what you're saying about that one. I know what you're saying.
What you just. So I'm trying to figure out what he means. I mean, is a squirrel by just like,
well, it basically means like, you know, like, all right, you got your, like, say you got your list, and it says like somebody throws up a book, and you're like this book is $200 book, but they're like, you know, selling it for $25.
I need that.
That's the look squirrel, like the look squirrel buy, like you're buying those. That's what he's talking about. Well, I know what he's talking about, because like me and Chris have dealt with that probably recently. And you're like,
that's all the time.
$25 for this Silver Age key. Oh, I got it. $30 for it. I got it. They're like, then before you know it, you rack up a bill, and you're like,
I did the same thing with Tony Sanders. He was selling like a whole stack of keys for fucking $40. I was all like, "Yep, sold."
Yeah,
but that's what he's talking about, I guess. Just that.
Do I need them? Probably not. Am I gonna have them? Yep.
Yep. Yeah. For that price, yep. And I'm gonna put a couple at the shop and double my money.
Oh Jesus, fucking dumbass.
I know exactly what, you know. It happens, and I try to. It's hard. It's almost. I really need to unfollow people to not watch this stuff, and I hate to say that. I hate that. I don't want to, because of people who I follow.
I try not to watch Sanzong, especially when there's people like Callie's on, you're on. There's people that I like to buy it from, and I'm like, no, I can't watch, man. I'll get sucked in. I'll be like, yeah, $100. That sounds great.
And I know that's what people have not watched, because lately I've been throwing up some crazy stuff that'd be like, you know, all right, this book sells for $120. We looked it up. How about $60? Like I've done that, and I'm still doing that with certain book. With a certain book in or even like a book like this that's on people's lists, I would give them a great deal, but they're avoiding me. They don't want the great deal.
Just have things.
You already sell the Shocker?
No, I still have the Shocker too.
Yeah. No, I just
that's another book that I know people who told me they want, and like I said, I'll just sell it what I paid for it.
Yeah. No, I got a Mark Julius that's if anybody.
Mark, that's fucking bullshit. Don't buy it, people. It's all a lie.
Yeah.
Good thing about this Mark Julius, I could prove it.
Well,
he just stuck that in there from another book that didn't even have Mark Julius in it. Look it up, people. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, when I get the books, so when you guys had your last sale, the books that I bought from Tony, when I get those, that'll be my third one of those. I'll have 3 of those, and if I bought that, then I'd have 4 of them, but only one would be a Mark Julius.
He swapped out the insert. Stop it, Callie, and Bleak as well.
I know.
Oh, hello, Mr. Collector. You snuck in there in between all the foolishness between these guys. What's going on? I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you had a happy holidays, and I hope you have a happy New Year if I don't talk to you. And shout out to everybody. I couldn't send everybody I wanted to send Christmas cards. I didn't have enough, first of all. And then a couple of people live in like Canada and I couldn't send to.
So I didn't get a Christmas card is what you're telling me?
That's why I added that second part.
You said I'm the king. You said I'm the king of Canada, and I still get no Christmas card. This is bullshit.
That's why I give you great introductions.
This is some fucking horse shit. I'm talking.
I just said Boston Chris earlier. I didn't say the king of Boston.
Have my people talk to your people. This is some horse shit.
That's all right. She's in the other room, and I don't think and she's playing Roadblocks. So
yeah, I'm good. She'll eat my people alive. She's a smart cookie, that one.
Oh my god! But yeah. Email Christmas cards next year. The thing is, you'd have to have everybody's email address too. That's. I don't have.
That's not a bad idea. Emailing Christmas cards. That's
my mom used to do that with everybody.
I never even thought of. I'm not really a computer guy, but that makes a lot of sense.
I'm not a computer guy either, but I know it's not as easy as you think because, like you said, you need everybody's email address.
That's nothing. I remember that was like wow.
It's easier to get than addresses, but still.
No, but that takes me back though to like I want to say when I was like 18 or whatever, and that used to be like people used to sit there and send you like those email messages as far as like, oh, here's an email card or whatever. And so I remember that like that was like a big deal like back in the day when you're like dating a girl, like, oh my god, I got this, or some girl like she sent you like a card about blah, blah, blah. Like, oh wow. So that's way back in the day. And then my mother-in-law used to do a thing at Christmas time when she'd do I don't know if they still do the little jib jab thing, and she'd make it with first it was like with my nieces, and then as there were like more kids, everybody said more kids, like all the grandkids and stuff like that. So it was just like we would see that, and then like so there's one where Allie as a baby dressed as an elf, like dancing around, and then like my nephew Jason, he was still a baby too. So they're just sitting there and like so they just take a picture and then put it on there, and then there's like the thing dancing around, and it's like it's Christmas time.
K-pop's been about the wieners for like a fucking 2 weeks.
Hot dog Christmas reels.
All about the wieners. All about the wieners.
I would so speaking of K-pop needs to go to Louisiana and get her a po' boy.
Oh shit.
Sausage po' boy. How about that? Since you're liking the the hot dog glizzy type stuff, pause on my end. But yeah, they'll put they don't do them. They do hot dogs and stuff here, but if you really want something that's really unique to the city, that'd be like anything a po' boy, anything in a po' boy. So I would say like the smoked sausage, which is basically a wiener, but it's a smoked sausage in a po' boy. So
fair enough. We got street.
She said, "I've been all about the wieners longer than 2 weeks."
Yeah,
I'm happy she put 2 weeks. If she didn't stop longer than that'd have just been like, okay.
All about the wieners.
Yeah, I love po' boys K-pop. Like my thing, I usually get the po' po' boy at Surf and Turf from this place, and it's basically roast beef with the little gravy, and they put fried shrimp. So that's why they call it the Surf and Turf.
Just give me the turf. You can keep the surf.
You don't even, dude. You don't taste the unless you're allergic to shrimp. You don't taste the shrimp.
I don't mind shrimp actually. Oddly enough, as far as the food for fish goes, I don't mind shrimp. It's all right.
But it's this, and then it's big old shrimp too. It's not those little bitty foreign shrimp. It's big Louisiana shrimp. Like it's good. But that's what I get at this place. But that's just because But if anything, I would probably just do the roast beef, the roast beef with the gravy. Or if you're looking for seafood po' boys are good, very good as well.
K-pop's not the only one into wieners. Callie's double-fisted wieners today, apparently.
I keep, speaking of this crazy stuff that y'all talking about, Sonic has been, every time I get on Facebook, they say, oh, you can get a foot-long coney dog for $1.99. I've been getting that alert for the last week on Facebook.
Weird.
Like,
it's been so, I don't really chat. Like, I'm very rarely on Facebook anymore. My Instagram goes to my Facebook. Like, I have a Bleecker Street Facebook account, so I don't really check it. But anything I put on Instagram just goes directly to that. But fuck, I haven't. Facebook's so fucking. That's like fucking old now. It's
you saw when I popped up on Facebook. I shared Jeffrey. I said, look what popped up on my Facebook. And Jeffrey laughed because he didn't tell anybody. I did an interview for the news company.
That's hilarious that he did that, man. I love that. I think it's great.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I saw it. I said, "Look at this guy here, bro."
Man, we need a petition to bring back the commish.
He's busy, man. He's working at a comic shop and doing interviews for the news. I don't know.
I know.
Big time now, man. He's big time.
He's too big time for us now.
And I think he has a second job too. So yeah, he's killing it right now. He's killing.
Good for him. Well, good for him, man. He was in the fucking doldrums for a minute there. So I'm glad he's back to being fucking awesome and fucking kicking shit.
But he's still around. If people need to talk to him, all you got to do is DM him. He might take a minute to answer, but he's there. He said, I already planned a trip to Fresno. Now I got to plan some hunt stuff. Like, what are you talking about, Callie? What are you talking about? Oh, Callie, you want to plan some hunt stuff? You come to Dallas. You got to have myself and Tony Sanders are going to be there. There you go. Dallas Fan Expo. We both are going to be there. I don't know who else who's been on the hunt might be there, but we're going to be there. I know Yahweh's going to be there. Dustin actually is talking about coming. Yeah, Dustin actually talking about coming to Dallas next year. So we'll see. Hopefully we can talk into it. If he comes, then you definitely got to come to Dallas.
Holy fuck, you get the whole hunt crew together, eh?
Yeah, so he definitely got to come if Dustin comes, and then we could do some promo videos and just have fun. He goes, I got to get some live footage of casket match too. If he comes to Dallas, you can do that. This is Callie's line. He's just on a hunt for some the best. Oh man! Speaking of food, man, I don't know how y'all Instagram works, but I get a lot of food stuff on my Instagram.
Chef's shit used to fucking be on my Instagram all the time. Be like, fucking chef's always making me hungry, motherfucker. And it looks good too, man.
He made some Trinidad rum cakes. I haven't eaten mine yet.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah. It's a darker like rum cake. That's why I think it's Trinidad. And if he's still in here, he can correct me if I'm wrong with the name. I put mine in the fridge because I think I'm gonna bust it open this weekend.
That sounds.
But but I got a king cake. I'll show you a king cake I purchased. We'll go get it. But it's not a king cake.
Like a couple times a year. I thought king cakes were like.
That's why I'm about to explain. So they don't have the baby. So king cake baby with the baby and all that stuff starts January 8th.
I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah, this is just the king cake, the pastry part. Normally, I'm gonna go get it to show you.
You buy babies with your cakes?
No, you don't buy babies. It's not real babies.
I don't know, man. This is get weird and fucking weird over there.
I don't know anything about this. I know. I actually never heard about cake going along with it. I just know it's like only thing I ever knew about Mardi Gras was that the beads. It's the only thing I've ever heard of and knew about Mardi
The
Gras. That,
beads and whatever things Tony's always fucking on about. I can never
all
remember.
beignets.
Yeah, the vignette. Everybody
Yeah,
wants.
no one talks about food. Everyone just like, oh, we went to Mardi Gras and da da da. And it's like, I remember the first time. So there's this lady that went to church with me. She was she was like a few years older than us, and she used to teach the Sunday school stuff. And she's like, oh, you get these beads, and the beads are like money out there, and you just get beads and this and that. And I was like, oh, they just give them to you. She's like, well, they don't just give them to you. And then she just stopped that right there. I was just like, oh, okay. And I got older. I'm like, oh my god.
It's a big old.
So those are like a necklace.
Big old king cake. It's
So
very.
This is from McKinsey's. They don't no longer open, but they sold their recipe to Tasty Donuts.
Okay.
So this, McKinsey's king cake. They make it basically really basic. It's just
Has it always been such a prideful cake?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's the colors. That's the colors they have.
I don't know. I didn't know. I don't know.
Oh, you talking about the colors? No, this is just green, yellow, and purple. That's the colors of Mardi Gras.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the color of Mardi Gras. You don't have all those colors. I know
All
you're talking
right.
about
It just looks like a very,
Yeah.
very proud.
No, it's
cake.
just
It looks
if
like
you
a very
look at
proud
it, it's the
cake.
same. It's three colors. That's it. It's
Yeah.
three. It's purple, gold, and green.
Yeah,
It's almost as close to the Jamaican colors because Jamaica, if you know Jamaica's green, black, and red. I think.
That's cool. That's cool.
But yeah. So it's
green,
just.
black, and yellow.
Is it green, black, and yellow?
Green,
I
black,
thought
and
they had
yellow.
red in it.
That's Jamaica, isn't it?
Oh.
Jamaica's green, black, and yellow, and white.
No, well, I'm gonna defer to the guy who's part Jamaican.
Yeah.
I am not gonna argue that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
I'll be
green, black,
back.
yellow, and a little bit of white. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's those are it.
Listen, I've watched enough Bob Marley to figure that shit out.
Yeah, I mean, there was sprinkle some red here and there, but
Can you believe that fucking guy died from a fucking toe, motherfucker? I get mad at that every time I think about Bob Marley. He didn't want to get his toe fixed because he wanted to play soccer, and he thought it would he wouldn't be able to play soccer as well, so he didn't get his toe fixed, and then he died from his fucking toe. Stupid Bob.
Yeah.
We
Well,
need
that's-
you, Bob. We need you, Bob.
yeah, no, it was mostly it was
He
also
said that's a Donatello baby cake. Chef, what is the name of that cake? The rum cake? Is it Trinidad or you can put the name of it. K-pop says rum cakes they are the best. Rum cakes with rum is the best. Actually, just drink some rum and get some cake and
Have your rum and cake and eat it too.
there's a lady. Actually, you know who's actually really up on that stuff is Lisa. That comes in the chat sometimes. Like she knows all about that stuff because she'd be like, because she being from New York and everything, all the Caribbean stores and stuff. So like the Caribbean rum cakes and everything like those are where it's at. Like there was Trinidad black rum cake, yeah. Like
cake, okay.
They had like I forget the lady's name. I always forget it, but then I can look it up and find it. But it's this place in Brooklyn, and like they do these rum cakes.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me about that last time. Yeah,
unbelievable. Like my friend bought one. He's like, you want to try some of those? I was like, yeah. Like so he got one, and the original cake was about this round, about that size, and we got it, and he got he ended up getting like 2 of them or whatever, thinking that was gonna be enough for him and his wife, or whatever. So we got one. We killed it in about 32 seconds. Like not even just like, oh my god, he went right back down to the Christmas festival where it was at. Do you have any more of them? Like, well, the only one we have, we have like the bigger one, which is like about which is like around that big. He's like, that's it. He's like, I'll take that and 2 more of those small ones. He came back with like 3 or 4 boxes. He's like, they were closing up. I got lucky. He's like, this is what they had left, and he's like, no, I gotta take this home. So he's like a linebacker, just sitting there, just like, no. But like he was just like, yeah, he was funny with that. Like he was just like, they had more cakes on this. This is great. But like, I mean, that cake was phenomenal. And I was kind of on the fence. I was like, this ain't gonna be good. And I was like, oh my god, this is fucking amazing. Because
if they're made right, like Chef makes a really good, like a different version of the rum cake. Like I said, it's Trinidad black because so the cake is like black. but it's really good, and he put some rum in it. I remember from last time, so that's why I'm kind of like excited.
I've never had rum cake. It sounds like it's like old people cake, like
no, it's good. It's really
it's
good.
not like a fruit cake or something. It's
getting
a fruit cake vibe from the rum cake. I don't know what it is, but I'm getting a fruit cake vibe.
No, because they make it with rum. That's why I was like, it's not old people cake.
All right,
they make it and some people put a lot of rum in it. Some people put so much rum in it that when you eat it, you're like, man, I'm gonna get drunk off this.
All right, I can dig that. I can dig it.
Look, he said it's it's a dark and soft on the outside, sweet, moist. And, wait, hold up. I'm reading this. With the taste of rum and wine. When you read everything up until with the taste of rum.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That sounds a little weird.
It sounds a little like.
What are you describing there, Chef? What are you describing?
Oh, my wife makes a great pineapple upside down cake. That's one cake my wife makes that I try to get it for her to make it once a year. She hadn't made it. She didn't make it this past year, 2023. So I might try to get that. Might be a birthday request for me. Get her to make it, but she makes a great pineapple upside down cake. Yeah. Amaretto too, K-pop. Well, look, I'm gonna drop the link. Y'all got anything else y'all want to mention? We got the hunt going on tonight. Definitely check out the hunt. So please come see us on the hunt. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It is the New Year's bash. I'm dropping the link for Cali, Chef, K-pop. Y'all want to join on the off-air hangout? I just want to be able to fix me something to eat. I'm hungry, and I gotta fix my daughter something to eat when she starts getting angry. But I appreciate everybody joining us a lot for me and Chris's graphic content, man. We got to episode 20. We started like past the halfway point of the year, and it's been a lot of fun, man. It's always open
You
to
guys have 20 episodes of this shit already?
Yeah.
Good for you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, and we actually missed a couple episodes. Like a couple of them just we skipped, so it actually should be a little bit further than that. But appreciate everybody doing that. Please thumbs it up, man. Leave some comments, maybe, or tell me and Chris maybe stuff we could certainly comments of what we could talk about in the future shows in 2024. We'll continue to have fun talking about the pickups and TV shows and stuff like that. Probably the next show we do, we'll probably discuss the convention I went to, because that'll be probably the next show, because we're not going to do one next week. We'll do one the week after, and that'll be after the convention. So I can talk about that, tell you guys what I experienced, tell you what happened with the facilitator and stuff like that. So that's kind of like, and we'll definitely, hopefully Invincible starts back up by that time, and we can talk some Invincible, and hopefully Chris can catch up on the what ifs, because they're not long, and we can talk what if, because I'm very happy with the what ifs so far.
I loved the what if last season, so I can't imagine. I imagine this season's going to be even better.
This season's even better, and they have a Native American brand new character, Leaguer.
All right.
Like not a character that was in comics. This is a brand new character, Native American, and guess what? That show was actually very good, and a lot of people were impressed with that show because it's a whole new character. I'll just leave it like that.
Dig it.
I'll leave it like that. So hopefully, and a lot of people don't know, a lot of the stuff in What If is canon.
They had a Native American X-Men. He died in like the first fucking minute.
Yeah, so no, she didn't. I'll tell you like this: she ain't died. She whooped a lot of ass. I'm just gonna say that. But it didn't start off that way. But she ended up whooping a lot of ass. I don't know, Callie. I didn't watch today's episode, but I'll check. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Probably when I'm eating, because they're normally at 30 to 40 minutes. But yeah. I appreciate everybody joining. Like I said before, don't forget about the super chat giveaway. If you watch this later and you just want to add on the Cash App, let me know so I can write your name down and you can get added. But somebody's going to win these 2 books. We have a small list, so you have a good possibility if you do enter of winning. Only have 2 people actually written down on the back, which is Someday and Steve. Someday is already a channel member, so it's going to be tough. It's not going to be tough. It's actually you have good odds if you do enter. Let's say it like that. You have good odds if you do enter.
Hey, don't forget to watch church on Sunday as well.
Yeah. You got church Sunday. We got the hunt tonight, and I'll probably join for about 2 rounds on Sands' auction on Friday. For which is happening probably like an hour, actually 30 minutes from now. But I'm going to join at 7:30. But yeah, I'll be joining.
I found the room cake place. Goodway, as they call it, Goodway Gourmet Bakery.
Oh, Callie entered. That's it, people. He got one roll. He said that's it. He's gonna take it down. Give Callie a little cowabunga. Why did that feel like it skipped?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's so that he's the only person entered into the Clayton Crane and all that thing.
No, he's not the only one that answered, but there's not that many. Yeah, he's the only one today, and we've been on this show for over 2 hours. So good luck, Callie. You actually have good eyes even with one spot. But yeah, he said cowabunga for one for King. But yeah, so check out church Sunday. I should be there for the beginning because I'm gonna watch the Saints game with my dad. I'll be there.
Of course, brother. Of course.
So check out that. I don't think we have anything Saturday. Anybody I know, but sub everybody up, check everybody out. If you guys want to join the off air, I'll put the link in there on just a few seconds ago. Y'all got anything else? I don't think.
You know what? I hate to say it, but I'm gonna shamelessly say, go follow me on YouTube if you're not following me. I'm pretty close to being, I don't know, up to 500 subscribers. I think I need like 90 more subscribers to do anything cool on YouTube. So give me a follow if you can.
Hey, and I'm actually like I think 108 away from 1,500.
That's awesome, dude.
I'm actually going to do a giveaway, probably a good book if we get there. So this is I
think I'll be doing I've never done a giveaway before on my show, but I think I might do a 500 subscriber.
And I might join you to do a giveaway. Ooh. I might join you to add to your giveaway, Will.
That'd be awesome, brother. And I can
407. You want to get me up to 500? I dare you.
Get him up to 500 to make him do videos.
I'm not giving him away anything. I'm just saying, if you want to help me out, go right ahead.
Because I think that's how you got the 400, and the deal was he did a few videos.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I just look at it like this. I am appreciative of all 407 of you. I would love to have more. So if you want, if there's more people want to come join and see what's so wonderful about me, you can. But other than that,
bye everybody. Happy New Year. If I don't talk to you,
yeah,
we see you on the hunt and the church.
Wish me a happy birthday on January 1st. Don't do it earlier because my birthday is not other than January 1st. So New Year's Day, you can wish me a happy birthday. Isn't that wonderful?
Well, Meg, that's magnanimous of you. Thank you.
Wish him happy birthday. And if your New Year's start terribly, wish him a happy birthday with a middle finger.
Hey, you know
But as long as it says happy birthday, happy birthday, that's the key.
I don't really care. Yeah, that's all that matters to me. Shit.
That's all that matters, man. I appreciate everybody. My birthday's at the end of January, so I'll let you guys know when that gets closer.
Peace.